Just sit right back and you'll see a show with a crazy cast that started in 2009 with Wings Blizzard Blast. The ferret is a wacky one, or Sloth is too damn slow, or cast set sail to Puppet Land for a 4-hour show. A 4-hour show. The storm showed us that we were dumb. The rain just poured and poured. If not for the humor of the zany crew, the viewers would be bored. The viewers would be bored. The boat crashed here and we all moved to this new promised land with fabulous potential to Consumer Fox and his bros. The Ferret Store, the Professor and Caffeine Cats on Shenanigans of...
Coming out all this way was a bad idea.
Where are we, in Japan or something?
I don't know about you, but I wish I was back in the studio.
Me too.
Hello, Potential Fox here, about to make my big break in TV. I didn't mean it like that.
Here we are once again, opening up the camera lens. Gather around, grab your friends, cause the fun never ends.
If you want to grab a snack, eat it up, put it back, but you better watch it back for dragon attack.
The whole gang is here, we'll make you shout and make you cheer. Yeah, you won't shed a tear when you know we are here.
So you better tune on in, it's the only way you'll win. So you better just begin to get the wheel back in spin.
All this zany fun happens here at the wackiest place on earth, right over here, only at the old Pawpets Show.
Listen up, y'all. Harmonics things are getting so insane. In this portion of our song is where you'd hear us say our names, but there's just too much to mention, just a stuff in one verse that'll take up all the time, such a blessing and a curse. But you better take my word, so they're all back and proud. Give you Puppet entertainment, so we'll shout it out loud. A Puppet cast reunited once again, and we still love you all. You are still our favorite friends. If you still have no idea what we do or who we are, where you been hiding now? You've been passed out in a bar. Well, we hope you gather around, cause it's all you need to do. Just sit back and relax, and we'll entertain for you. There's a whole lot of us, and I'm sure we'll get some more. Stick around for a while, for we all might have it stolen. If your weekend nights are dull and your board is broken be, you're in the right place now. Everyone can plainly see. Puppet Land is filled with critters. Where y'all like to go? Run on down to Puppet Land unless you're moving really slow. Or if you prefer to fly, just like all our winged friends, you found yourself in Puppet Land. The fun shall never end.
All this zany fun happens here at the wackiest place on earth, right over here, only at the old Pawpets Show.
So now we got you here. Please don't go and disappear. Our own wacky puppeteer will be sure to keep you near.
If you're feeling sad and low, just give our show a go.
And your worries and your woes won't stick around no more, yo. Get ready and get set for a show you won't regret. And we surely will bet it's a time you won't forget.
Once the wrap is done, now it's time to have some fun.
Better stick around here now or you won't have toasty buns.
Buns?
Sure, don't you like your buns toasted?
Oh, fabulous.
Oh, what?
Oh, Pawpets.
That's better. Now on with our cute little lovable super duper exquisite insanely fabulous yet totally zany and wacky show. What?
Wait a minute.
Everyone up!
For those of you that recognize this familiar intro sequence, tonight's event will be sure to put a huge smile on your face as the O Pawpets Show presents a Zoobilee Zoo reunion event featuring tonight's guests. Michael Moynihan, who portrayed the dashing and daring Lookout Bear. Stevie Louise Valance, the cute-as-a-button character Was-At Kangaroo. Gary Schwartz, whose role is the outgoing actor Bravo Fox. And Karen Hartman, who played the lovely, fine-feathered friend to all, Talkatoo Cockatoo. All lined up to talk to you on tonight's very special edition of the O Pawpets Show. And now, here is Sonic Blue with the Zoobles of Zoobilee Zoo.
Oh, there we are. Okay, now we can sneak. Yeah, I kind of wondered if you actually remembered that there's a little addition to the intro, but I wasn't sure on that because you sent out the call a little early.
The computer made a boo-boo. I was like, oh, I didn't want you to
Oh,
switch
sure.
over.
Blame the computer. Blame the computer. I see how this goes. Blame the computer. It's all the computer's fault. That's all I hear. The computer's fault. The computer did it. Hey, I hear you blame the computer a lot of times.
I don't
blame
blame
yes,
it.
Of course it's the computer's fault.
Well, I don't blame it as much as he does.
See? See? But that's just not point. Everybody blames technology when it's obviously a user error. You think I don't know how to use a computer? I know you don't know how to use a computer. Hey, at least I have posable thumbs. Ooh.
He does have a point. He does have a point.
So anyway, welcome everybody to the Pawpets show, and we got a humongous extravaganza event for everybody tonight. We will be having, and they will be arriving in about 30 minutes just to give them some time to get set up, get situated, and get ready to come in. So we're going to be bringing them in about 30 minutes. So kick back, relax, enjoy a few of the antics that me and potential Fox here are going to be going around. Well, we already just need one. And somebody can't use a computer. Yes, I can use a computer. Could have told me. Last time he was using a computer, he was shouting great obscenities at it. You know, this friggin' bleating thing don't work, and bleating lead, and bleating this, and if I had my way, you'd be taking a light out the window. Well, I do say that sometimes, don't I? Yeah, you do. Yeah, I've never seen that happen, though. I've never seen a computer take light out the window. It's just words. It's just harmful words that just need to be out of my system. I'll say. I'd still like to see a flying computer sometime.
You would.
Well, yeah, but we kind of need our computers here so we can continue working. Well, yeah, technicalities. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. We're going to get everybody situated, so they're going to be here to answer your questions and our questions and everybody's questions. Everybody's going to have a great time, aren't they? We're going to have a superb time. So basically how this is going to work is when we bring the Zoobles in, we are basically going to start off by asking our own series of questions, and then we're going to turn to you for some of your questions, and then we're going to go back to our questions. So we're going to go back and forth, assuming that the Zoobles can stick around for longer than an hour of our 4-hour broadcast. We'd also like to let everybody know that this episode will be archived for downloading later, so we will be passing around the links once the show is uploaded. Those of you that are joining us through Facebook, we will be sending out the links to all the groups that you all belong to. One of them being the Zoobilee Zoo fan group, which is an awesome group, and we'll just see how well it goes. That's right. Then I can't wait. My first question is, do you get hypnotized easily? Ooh. You're not going to hypnotize the Zoobles potential. Oh, come on. He's trying to take away my son. Wolf dog. He's trying to take away my son.
Don't get me involved with this.
What? I'm just saying, he's trying to take away my fun. Your fun is hypnotizing the Zoobles. What are you going to hypnotize them into doing?
Your LEDs might blind them.
Anything I want. Anything you want? Anything. And what do you want? Money. No. You're not going to hypnotize anybody for money. Well, it's a start. What do you need money for anyway? Christmas is coming. Then ask Santa Claus for money. Well, yeah, that he's broke. Who says he's broke? Well, every time I wish for money every year, you know what I get? $20 lazy dollars. $20. In a card saying, Merry Christmas, potential sucks. Here's $20. Don't spend it all in one place. Enjoy. You know, just once I would like to get something like in the triple digits. Like what? Like $500 would be nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet it would be nice, wouldn't it, potential? But you're not going to get $500. I could try. Yeah, you could try, but you're not going to get it. Well, there goes Nightlands. Well, okay, so make new plans that involve $20. Why 20? Because that's all we can afford. Come on, you can do better than that. Well, come on, there's 95 of you. I have to split gifts between 95 of you Pawpets. That's not an easy task. You want to help me out here? I mean, you're more than welcome to. No. $20 will be fine. I guess. You guess? I guess. Well, anyhow, but what we're gonna be doing here is we're I see some questions have already starting to be entered into the live stream. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to remember the places where the questions are being asked so far. We don't obviously have them on just yet, but give it a take about 15 more minutes, and they'll all be ready, and we'll all bring them all in together. We'll have some brief introductions with. You got a lot of shedding going on here. Well, no, that's easy again. But we'll get them in line. We'll get started with some questions of our own. We'll turn to you, the viewers, and you get to ask some questions, and we get to sit here and watch. No, yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to interact. You sure? Well, I mean, you think they'll do enough time? What? How much time do you think you're going to need? Gosh, about 6 hours. 6 hours? No, that's out of the question. You don't have 6 hours. 4? Well, that's the entire run of our time slot. You don't have 4 hours. What are you planning on doing anyway? Well, I wanted to do a nice song and dance, maybe a musical or something, recite a movie. No, you're not going to do any of those things. Why not? Because it's boring. You're telling me that I'm boring? Well, when you recite movies, it's boring. Oh, come on. It shows just how much I appreciate media. Yeah, you appreciate media, but you're not going to sit here and memorize movies to our guests all day long. We have questions that we want to have answered. So if you have any questions for Zoobilee Zoo, now is the time to gather your thoughts and think about what you want to ask, because when they get here, it's going to be like a humongous rush of questions and everybody talking and everybody having a really great time. And that's, I guess, what the most important part is. Everybody having fun and great time. Then the computer will go down and you'll throw it out the window. No! Thought I did that in first act. I'm not going to throw the computer out the window. Who said I was? Well, there could be a chance that the computer won't work. Yeah, but that's no reason to throw it out the window. It is when you say it is. I'm going to throw this dang thing out the window and bleep this and bleep that.
Oh, my goodness. Sonic, this is going to be so funny.
He knows me too well.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody actually changed their name to, there's a person by the name of Brian in Channel, and he just changed his name to Brian Zooble.
Hey, he did Brian Zoolaroo.
Yeah, but
that's right, because the Zoobles are the ones who are the guests. The Zoobaroos are the ones who watch Zoobilee Zoo. So, yeah, it would have to be Brian Zoobaroo.
No, Mutt's in Channel.
That's true.
He apparently found out that this was going on. Oh, great.
Oh, my goodness, and gracious gosh.
Crap.
Well, news has been traveling around pretty far and wide, if you ask me.
Hey, Mutt, how's it going, buddy? We have long time
no see. Or should it be long time no pizza? You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I remember when he used to buy his pizza like crazy. It was actually great.
Yeah, but Pizza Hut, though, it just isn't what it used to be, and now they're all gross, and I wouldn't even touch Pizza Hut with a 10-foot pole. Yeah.
No, I would agree.
It's totally disgusting,
yeah.
Especially the one out here. It made me sick a few times, so no Pizza Hut for me. No thanks. Yeah, he'll starve. Yeah, I'd rather much starve than eat Pizza Hut pizza. Yeah, that's the way it is.
Sonic, can you tell Stevie that I can't answer any messages right now since she's been messaging me some photos in Skype. I'll get to it here in a minute.
Oh, she's probably sending you some photos to show off on the show later on.
Yeah, but she keeps on talking to me, and I'm like, I can't answer.
We'll need to take care of it. I can take care of it. No, I don't think we need you. Oh, come on, Max. You can stick around for a while if you want to, but we don't need you to type on the computer. Why not? Because you don't know how to type. Oh, that's right. I need to take typing lessons. Yeah, so, just go over there until we're ready for you. Okay. Yeah, sweet dog, but gosh, he's so eager. Well, do you blame him? I mean, it is a pretty big event. Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, let me go over and switch back over to Skype and see if I can get to said Stevie's account and type to her that, what do you want me to say to her?
Just let her know that I'm not able to talk at the moment. Because we're in the Skype call and I don't want to show her, messages. I just want to make sure that I don't want to. I don't want to.
So you got to put me down, don't you? Yes, I've been wanting to put you down for the longest time.
Ooh.
Oh, you did not go there. You did not go there.
Oh.
I went there. Guess what? Say hello to euthanasia. No. I'll do good. I swear I'll do good. You're doing that thing with your finger again. I know, because you're getting on my case potential. I'll do good. See, look, there's a halo over my head. Where? It's invisible.
I wish I could do a Halo graphic. That would have been funny.
No, you don't have to, because it's there. It's invisible. It's invisible. Yeah, see it? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's blinding me right now. See, I told you. I'm a saint. You're not a saint, okay? I'm a fox saint. You're not a fox saint. Well, then what am I? You're just a fox with very bright eyes. Sorry. You want me to dim them? No, you can't dim them. Just go over there. You sure? Just go over there.
Actually, Sonic, that should be the newest feature. We have dimmable eyes.
You know, that could be possible if there was a slider switch, but there's only one switch, off and on, or two switches, off, on.
We'd have to figure out how to do that, because I think that'd be kind of cool, because then we could actually dim his eyes or something.
That would be.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
And also, before I type to Stevie, I guess got to put the show mascot, which is Bowsy here, in a better position. What do you say, Bowsy? Hi. You want to smile for everybody? You got to smile for everyone? So, anyway, this is the show mascot. This is Bowsy. She's a bearded dragon, and she's very eager to be here. She is 5 years young this year.
5 years young.
And, yes, 5 years young. She's celebrating her middle ages, so you must refer to her age as now young, because she's just that type of person or thing. Bearded dragon, lizard thing person. She likes to be reminded how young she is. Isn't that right, babe? Isn't that right, Bessie? But yeah, just to show everybody, she's still very healthy, very aware, and very eager to see everybody. And look at this, she's now crawling to the other side of my hand. Where are you going? You're the mascot. You're supposed to behave.
Really? If the other Pawpets can't behave, why should she?
You know what? That's probably where she gets it from. You are a very bad. Those are a bad influence on you. You know that you are very mischievous. But we love you anyway. We love you anyway, and we take care of you.
Oh boy, and we got 8 more minutes until we bring them in too. So this is gonna be.
That's right. So let me put Bowsy over here for a moment, and we will just make some quick announcements before we bring in the Zoobles. Is everybody getting excited to talk to them? I know I am, and I'm pretty sure you are, and Wolf Dog is, and everybody's here waiting to talk to everybody who is coming in tonight, and I'm pretty sure that we're getting lots and lots of viewers out there with lots and lots of questions. We're going to get to them as quickly as possible. We're going to try to get to everybody. So if we happen to skip over everyone, please don't hold it against us, because we're only human. But all you got to do is just repost the question to us in case we missed it, and it will be all good. We'll probably catch it the second time around. Also, would like to make these necessary plugs before we begin. First of all, I'd like to plug the first and foremost that we are teaming up with Rabbit Hole this year, or at the end of the year, for the fundraiser drive. So everybody is going to kind of find that one interesting, because we're going to be doing this, the joint fundraiser at the end of the year, and basically to help hit both his show and our shows out respectively, hopefully get us what our shows need. For him, it's the music licensing, and for us, it's computer rebuilding. So we are really desperately in need of getting the work computer rebuilt, and for the moment, I'm still using a very half-working, very mediocre computer that only does half the work that I need it to. But so that purpose will be going on at the end of the year. Plus, we do have our Patreon page, where you can make a monthly pledge to us if you enjoy what you see here tonight. We are taking pledges through Patreon, and we have lots of rewards, lots of things to take advantage of, contests, deals, you name it. We got it there. Check it out sometime. And also, and alternatively, if you don't do the Patreon thing, we always do accept donations at the donation button in the website, www.opopetshow.org. So if you just want to make a donation without a pledge, you can do that as well. So there are many ways to help us out. If you are so inclined to, if you have the ability to, then we wouldn't hold it against you. Or if you can't, we do understand, and we do hope that everybody has a good time, regardless of what they are capable of. So, that having been said, we are about 5 minutes in to grabbing everybody and bringing everybody in. Before we begin, though, does anybody out there have any questions for us? I would like to go over to the live stream window now. And if anybody does have any questions on behalf of the Old Poppet Show before we begin the event, we'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have regarding to any of the future productions that we have going on. Remember, our Christmas special is being in the works too, so that's going to be exciting. So that will be our next big major event, which will be airing on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, and then 1 week before that, because not everybody's going to be available on Christmas Eve. So we're going to run our Christmas special a week before and the week of Christmas. So hopefully everybody will be around to see that. It's going to be called Wing and Wishing Coins, and it's going to be a very interesting tale about what happens when you make the wrong type of wishes and what consequences they can bring when the wishes are cursed. So it's kind of a Twilight Zone-ish type of thing. And Tony Ringtail, you're asking if the housekeeper did die in a collapse of stuff. Well, you're looking at the housekeeper, and unfortunately, I keep better house in the kitchen than I do in the bedroom over here, so you'll see a lot of boxes behind me. Basically, they have been there for at least 2 years, and that just shows how much I clean this room. But I'm always in the kitchen cleaning and cooking and doing all the other work, so by the time I come in here, I'm like, you know what, this will suffice. This will suffice. This is good enough, you know? This is good enough. Hey, you know what? If Jimmy's room can look like a mess, then so can mine. Isn't that right, Jimmy? Well, gee, you don't have to rub it in. Well, what? Your room is messy. I've seen your room before. You got comic books lying all over the floor, video games stacked up in the corner, got video game consoles all over the floor. Now you're starting to sound like my dad. Only he uses words like, pick up that junk now, or else you don't get any chocolate cake for dessert. Oh, no chocolate cake.
Actually,
now we're talking. Now we are talking.
Sonic,
now we're talking heartbreak.
Hey, Sonic, you won't believe what Dougal just told me. He just told us our viewer count so far.
Oh, what's that?
Our viewer count right now is at 38.
Oh, I'll be darned, it is. That's true. So, hopefully we'll get more viewers. If you know of anybody who loves Zoobilee Zoo, get them over here and get them on quickly, because it's going to be very soon, about 3 more minutes, and we're going to be talking to the Zoobles right here on the Pawpets. And if you like what you see here tonight, we are on every Sunday night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And it looks like they are
already trying to call. Crap.
Yes, so switch over and join them, or do I need to do that?
Let me see if I can. Hold on.
You hear me?
Yes. Aaron?
Yeah?
I hear you fine.
You see me?
I can't see you.
Oh, dear.
There's a little icon with the camera.
Let's see. Hey, guys. Hey, Gary. Give me just 1 second. I need to bring Sonic back in here. Oh, no. There he is.
All right, there we are.
Oh, there we
are. Trying to figure this out. All right.
Trying to, yes.
So here they are. We got Gary. We got Karen. We're getting Stevie. And where's Mike? Mike is lost in cyberspace somewhere.
Well, here, give me a second.
Did you contact Mike? No?
Yeah, I let him know.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, he thought it was Pacific time, so he had to rush right back to his house.
Oh, what a shame. See, the Zoodles are still getting ready.
Pretty much.
But anyway, hey, we got Gary Schwartz on, who played Bravo Fox on Zoobilee Zoo. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome.
Wow, he's still got the voice. Yeah, he sure does.
Put away. No.
That is impressive. I love it. And sitting over there in the other corner is Karen Hardman. She played Talkatoo Cockatoo. Welcome, Karen.
Hi.
That is so cool. Yeah, isn't it cool to see them do it for, outside the costume? You just never know. If you see these people walking down the street, you never know they were a part of a big show. No, you don't.
I did a show once. It was a live show somewhere, and some little girl said, "Were you talking to?" Because you just could tell by my voice. It was
They recognized you? That is so cool. Yeah, and I understand now you're 1 year into your marriage, I believe, Karen? You're celebrating your 1 year anniversary?
Who's that?
Karen, are you receiving me? Hello? Am I coming in?
Yeah. Oh, you're
longer than 1 year.
Who?
Has it been? Because I saw on my Facebook that it was like a year, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I was going on some old information. But anyway, how is married life treating you?
What do you mean? Do you mean the fox or the bird?
The bird, Karen.
The bird. Oh, I've been married for 40 years.
40? Well, what? Your Facebook said 1.
No,
I don't know what. That must have been an old post because I don't know what. Are you? Wow. Okay, so I must have totally gotten. maybe I don't know. I saw 1 year and it's like, wow, it's like she's celebrating her 1 year anniversary. That is so cool, And then I saw that somewhere and I'm like, okay, well, gives me something interesting to talk about. And apparently it's 40 years.
Well,
40 years is still good.
Yeah, go ahead.
For life, yeah, there you go. So, but how is married life treating you though after all those years?
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, it has its ebbs and its flows, its ups and downs, its ins, its outs, and
like an elevator.
Yeah,
like an elevator. That's true. That is true, Jimmy. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
but anyway, any difficulty in getting Stevie on? Because I noticed that she I saw her little icon, and then she
saw her popped up.
Yeah, give me just a second here.
Now, Karen, you just showed a little. Was that kangaroo that you had?
It's the two friends.
Oh, there. Look at that. Look at that. Now, what's the story with those little guys?
Well, these were designed for our show that Hallmark did many years ago. It did years ago when I was just a chick. And there's Bravo.
Look at that. He's got one too.
And they were beautiful.
Mine still has the tag on it.
that means it's worth something. But
there you go.
They're beautiful, soft puppets. And I have all of them. I have her. And here's my bear. He's not.
So you got the whole cast there.
Hi, Stevie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, honey. There's the bear.
And there's the bear.
Hey.
Oh,
and there's Michael. Hey.
And there's Michael. Yay! We're all here for the most part.
For the most part.
Oh my goodness, this is so great. You guys are a sight for sore eyes.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen Karen in so long. Hi, Bertie.
Hey, Mike.
I'm not Karen anymore.
Yeah,
you're not?
My name is Stevie.
Wait a minute, I thought you were Karen. Oh, wait a minute. Now you're confusing me. I'm the host.
My name's Gary. Everybody can call me Gary.
You can call me Bill.
Wow. You know what? I think we should just stay away from the questions and just watch you guys. You're more entertaining than we are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a show going on?
Yeah, there's trying to do that. No, I think he's right. I think you guys are a lot more entertaining. Somebody nick the popcorn.
Oh,
we don't have any.
Show you
ate it all.
Is Puppets and what's the little puppet's name?
This one is named Jimmy. Yeah, I'm Ginny.
Jimmy.
I'm very young, so I'm not that old yet. So I'm still learning the ropes.
You're learning the ropes.
He's learning the ropes, yeah. So, but we do have lots of characters here. He's just one out of 95 that we have here in house. Yeah, he's a very busy dude. Well, yeah, because I got to voice you. I do all 95. It's hard to believe, but yeah, I do. Anyway, so
yourself.
It is a zoo. It is a zoo-berific zoo upstairs. I should show you my.
We all look the same.
But now let me just say this. This is yeah. Look at that. He's got a little fuzz going on too. Yeah.
It's the first time it came in white down here. Just like look out, Bear. I got some white.
We're turning into
now you won't even need the costume to be fuzzier. You already got natural. So there you go. Hey, I like that. So now I understand this is now from your reaction that when you all came together, this is the first time in a long time that you've been together. How long has it been since you were all together like this? Well, not like this, but in real time.
We're together a few years back, right, Stevie?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had our first reunion when Forrest was alive and Ben was in town. We were all in LA except for Karen. She was off gallivanting in Paris. Wasn't that right, Karen?
Paris.
Yes. And she couldn't make it, but we all put an animated cartoon of Zoobilee Zoo together, and that was the first time in 30 years, is it, that we'd seen each other? I think that was it. Unbelievable.
Wow.
We'd seen each other, I think,
Yeah, we'd seen each other here and there,
And then, but I don't think I've seen Michael. I saw you around that time too. Yeah. I had not seen anybody in person. Or anything, really. I mean, computers weren't even invented when we did Zoobilee Zoo, so we didn't have the internet to stay in touch.
No, we had pagers.
Oh, yeah, the pagers. Yeah, you did beep, 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 beep. I remember those nights. I remember those nights getting the pagers and having to run to a phone.
Remember we had that screen that was like that we could. What was it called? That computer where we could see Ben on. We thought it was so futuristic.
Yeah.
The blue.
Like the PDF.
What was it?
The blue screen.
It's like
we could phone him and he'd show up on a screen and we thought it was.
Zooble phone.
The Zooble phone. But it was before.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Remember? It was like.
And now it's here.
What's the Zooblee?
We invented it, Gary. That's right.
But you know what?
They invented a phone? Yeah, they sure did.
The Land of Rhymes was really very cutting edge at the time because they were putting onto television shows. I don't even know how they do it with the blue screen, but we stood in front of it, and then they put something behind us. Now it's an old thing, but it was pioneered in that, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Karen, I like the way you have your camera set up. I can see right up your nose.
Oh. Yeah, that's her beak. That's her beak.
Your beak.
I shouldn't get up too high either. They not see up my nose.
That's beautiful, darling.
Well, go below your nose, Jimmy. That's sanitary.
I do.
There we are.
It is. All right, well.
It's really great to see you all. So where is everybody? I'm in Toronto, Canada.
I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm just outside of Seattle, Washington.
Oh, nice. Seattle's beautiful.
New York.
Look, I'm spreading.
It's beautiful. There you go. Spread the news in New York and spread the news in Zoobilee Zoo.
Where are
now,
you?
Speaking about the show, where are we?
Where are you, Brett? Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Pennsylvania, and Alan is in Utah. So we're all over the place.
I've got to tell you, I'm driving around. I'm driving around.
We all talk.
And Alan messaged me. He goes, "Are you all ready?" And I said, "Yeah, it's at 6:30, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, 6:30 Eastern time." So I rushed up.
Oops.
It's so great to see you.
Talk about an error.
Are you
my error?
Humongous error there. Beavers are never late. I wouldn't say that, Earl. I wouldn't say that, Earl. Yeah, well, you know something? I just wanted to say, I noticed that you were a shy one beaver, so I came along, and here I am. Yes, thank you, Earl. Thank you for that.
I'm into casting now, so maybe we'll have him as an understudy or something for Sandy.
Sandy was the replacement for somebody else, and now maybe this guy could take over. Gee, you really think so? Okay. Possible. I could see it now.
He can be like the Care Bear cousin. He can be like Sandy's cousin.
Dark. Yeah, right. We need something
a little bit more light there.
Earl, why don't you get a costume where you have a nice white sheet of paper?
You know the show Leave It to Beaver? You remember that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's where I get my June Cleaver voice.
Yes.
Now, you guys do some amazing voice acting, and it doesn't really when I see you out of costume and I'm just talking to the characters, you would never think that that you're sitting here talking with a Bravo Fox or Lookout Bear or any of those characters until you start doing the voices. Did the voices come naturally for you guys? Do voices for everybody.
Voice. Yeah, you start, Gary.
Oh well, okay. Well, this was Bravo Fox, and he's doing the voice of basically Ed Wynn. Remember Ed Wynn from the?
Don't give your secrets away, Bravo.
Oh well, the secret of my getting the job was the fact that Bravo was a big egomaniac, self-involved actor, but lovable. And so everybody was doing these great, these kind of voices. And I said, well, you can say all sorts of nasty things in this voice, go screw yourself. And
so it worked out. So that is impressive. That's Bravo Fox for everybody. Uh-oh.
Bravo Fox.
After a while, for Bravo. Weeks of filming, I couldn't stop doing this voice. I don't have to stop.
All right. Well, Karen, if you want to give everybody a taste of Talkatoo.
Yeah.
Have you got yourself a cockatoo in the background, or is that your husband?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
Well, we went that question for Karen, but if the husband wants to do it too, I mean, you get both of them going, and then there'll be a menagerie.
That's what it's like at their house,
I'll tell you the secret to a great marriage. You laugh at each other all the time. Or you laugh with
That's a very good thing.
Or you laugh at the person.
There you go.
And they let you.
One of them, you put those sneaking little remarks. But no, I think that our secret is we laugh. But that's not what you asked me. You asked me my voice, right?
That's right.
Okay, you asked me my voice. Okay.
What's your squawk?
Give us a little taste of. Give us a little taste of Talkatoo up close and personal.
Well, Stevie and I had a wonderful session together.
We did. Karen couldn't make the record, but Karen and I got to record separately, which was so nice. Did you guys know that? That's how I got her voice on the animated. We did an animated version of Zoobilee Zoo for the 30th anniversary.
We actually have that ready to go later on tonight.
I'm so excited that you could show it. But at any rate, so Karen and I got to, so we sort of found her through her goosing, being goosed, right?
Bird humor.
Yes, a cockatoo being goosed is basically talkatoo. She's a crossbreed.
Your mic is off, Karen. We can't hear you.
You can't?
There she is.
Now we can. Okay, there we go.
Is it on again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Ready to go.
Let me see what I can do. It's coming. I feel it.
Whoa, she's
it's edging its way up into my larynx. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Wait, I have to be nice to it.
There she is.
Right on. That was beautiful.
Oh, no. This fabulous voice that goes on.
Wow, she sings too.
Like a fella. Oh, my very own Talkafella.
Oh, Talkarella. That was fun.
Gary.
All right.
Michael was the Talkafella.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, one of my proudest moments.
You and Sandy were
I played the wicked stepsister, or the wicked stepmother. And
we were way ahead of ourselves.
Oh my goodness, we did some pretty
and I was
funny outtakes.
No, you weren't. Oh, yes, you were. You're the Wicked Witch.
They changed that around, I think, at the last minute.
Yeah.
They had the script written, that Cinderella one, when I'm thinking about it, and then they decided to make you the sympathetic character, as I recall, which was really neat that they did that. That was very cutting edge to make us,
Those are really fond memories, though.
And Michael was Talkafella.
That's right.
Yeah.
You still singing, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
You know how to sing?
Mike is constantly singing. He does concerts all the time.
Yeah, that's how you're gigging around now, aren't you, Mike?
I'm doing a lot of work in bands and still doing a lot of acting work too. But
that's good.
Yeah,
you gotta keep it in the business. I mean, once an actor, always an actor. I always say.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that we got you on, how about giving us a little?
Who, me?
How about giving us a little sample of Lookout Bear and something that he would say to everybody?
I'll tell you how I started my day. It was pretty great. Me and my friends, we went out and we played disc golf. Have you ever played disc golf, Brett?
I never have. No.
It's super fun. You get outside, you throw your disc, and you try to make it in a basket, just like real golf, but it's with discs. We can't say frisbee because that's a trademark.
That's right. That's right.
But,
that is great.
I'm so looking forward to being with all of my Zooble friends, and I almost missed it because I was on Pacific time, and I thought you guys were too, but you're on Eastern. Yeah,
we're on Eastern. Yeah, we moved out of the Western Hemisphere. We moved out of there a long time. Well, I moved out of there a long time ago, but LA is still my home. I'm from Wyoming.
Is this for little children? This show?
It's for all ages. For adults, children can watch us. It's for all ages to enjoy.
How old? How old is it?
And no, what was that?
How about was that now?
Age.
That's my line.
Yeah.
That's my line.
Oh, well, there we go. Where's was that? Here comes was that.
I think I got the part, Gary, because of my giggle. That's what I brought to it, the audition. And then they just kept it. But, gosh, I'm trying to think. So, I guess, Karen, the Zoobaroos who have grown up on the show are watching us right now. Is that right? Hi, Zoobaroos.
That's true. That's true. All the Zoobaroos are here.
The little Zoobaroos are watching us, too.
I can't see them, though.
We have great Zoobaroos.
No, she means little as in young, not little as in size. Oh, okay.
That's most loyal.
As long as it's not a stab against
am I putting on a voice too much, Michael? I can't tell. I can't tell if I've gone too far. What do you think? I can do it when I'm talking to Michael. Hey, look out! Hey, look out! How's it going, look out?
Hey, you want to go on an adventure with me, look out?
Oh, yeah, I'd love
to. Hey, you know what? There's almost 40 of us here. Let's all go on a Zooblee Zoo adventure together. I think that would be great fun.
I have a funny story. Can I share a funny story with you guys?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course, definitely.
I went out to a comedy sketch show that a friend of mine was doing in Hollywood this past Tuesday night. And there was these two sisters in the show doing super funny sketches. They were great. And they came after the show. My buddy told them that I was on Zooblee Zoo, and they're huge fans of Zooblee Zoo. Well, they're adult women, And they rushed, chasing me down the street singing the theme song to Zooblee Zoo.
Oh, God, really?
Other people said, I love Zooblee Zoo. And there was a whole group of people singing Zooblee Zoo. It was great.
I really think we could make a comeback. I think it's coming back. It just seems like there's a lot of Zooblee Zoo lately, don't you think?
There's tons of fans. We still love Zooblee Zoo even to this day. So is there a reboot in the talks? And if there is a reboot, would you all be back to reprise your roles?
Oh, yeah. What do you think? Look out. Bravo and
Puppeteers.
100%.
Really? So you all would come back, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know we would.
So long as we have air conditioning this time.
Did Karen
say you didn't have air conditioning last time?
Well, we did, but they would shut it off while we were shooting. They'd shut the air conditioner off because of the noise. And in that makeup and the costume, it got really hot.
Yeah.
We were in the valley and it was over 100 degrees.
Yeah. And then
in a sound studio, so maybe 130. Yeah, and the makeup noses were sliding down.
And you're wearing fur coats, and how heavy are those costumes? Are they pretty heavy, or?
Gary had the worst of it.
Really?
Gary was always sliding off. We were always gluing you back.
The Zoobles had sort of headgear that they could take off after a shot. But I wanted to, have these beautiful toupees made for my
method fox.
Yeah, so I had the ears glued to the top of my head and 3 wigs glued to my face, and I looked gorgeous.
Every day.
But I got to tell you that after a 15-hour day with that stuff on your face, it got old fast.
And when they called wrap,
the wigs
it was
kept
like 5 o'clock. What was that? Wrap time was 5. We were all like, we would work straight. We had to suck our lunches out of a straw to not upset our prosthetic noses. First of all, what was our schedule? We get there at 4, 5 in the morning, some ungodly hour. It was like 6 was sleeping in,
hours makeup.
And then all day we had that on, and it was day after day after day for 3 months. Was it 3 months intensely, no break? And then at 5 o'clock, I think was the bewitching hour. They didn't dare utter that word because the first thing to do is to rip off our noses.
But this is Bill Corso designed. This is our makeup. And
look at
that. Bravo Fox's makeup sketch by Bill Corso, who is an Academy Award-winning makeup artist now.
And they won an Emmy Award. The show won an Emmy Award for it. Didn't it?
That is awesome.
Something.
Yeah, look. I even have a Zooblee.
Oh my God!
Oh, look at that! It's a Zoobie. It's like a Zoobie certificate.
That
is cool.
Going to be here in New York on Thanksgiving, and I went backstage once. I told Gary this because Gary was recently in New York, and I went backstage to see him after he was doing. He was in Wicked, and you go backstage and there's big crowds of people all around, and I said to this big security guard, "Can you tell Ben Vereen that Talkatoo Cockatoo is here?" And he didn't speak English very well, but he was really built, you know what I mean? Big.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, you know how those security guards are. And he said, I said, tell him Talkatoo Cockatoo. He says, a Talkatoo, welcome. And so I had to scream it out, Talkatoo Cockatoo.
And then he got it.
all the kids that were backstage wanting to get his autograph went, Talkatoo Cockatoo, because they were all the age.
Right.
That was like about 30 years ago.
It would have to have been.
They're all dancers and singers and in show business, and they started bowing down to me. Oh, Talkatoo Cockatoo. It was the greatest moment of my life.
Wow.
He was so amazing at the recording, wasn't he? He was so great. He hadn't aged.
Man.
Such a nice guy, so giving and generous of his time to come and chat.
He's been through a lot, but he's a survivor. I just
he wants this to be an animated series, big time.
Wow.
Yeah,
he really does.
He's
really worked for his schedule.
He moves, he dances, he sings. He must be pretty long in the tooth there now.
Yeah, we will. That'd be a Builder Beaver. Would be a long in the tooth.
Well, he's not here. We could probably talk about him all we want to, but no, you don't. I'm here in his behalf.
On behalf of Sandy, Sandy loves Zoobilee Zoo so much.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Sandy also loves the Dodgers, so I just want to say sorry, Sandy. Sandy and I love the Dodgers, and we came so close, but I love.
Well, maybe next.
My memories of Zoobilee Zoo are so great, and I miss Sandy. We talk on the phone and stuff, and see each other every now and then, but I miss that you're here with us right now. With all of us doing this, because this is so neat to see all you guys, and
it really is. And
is here.
I kind of wish that he was along too, because I mean, it's just not the same, without the full lineup. I mean, it's understandable. He might have some things to do, other auditions to get to, and other things he's got going on. He just got himself into an organization, something to do with auditions or something. What was that new thing he got into?
Don't know.
He didn't tell me about it.
He made a post in Facebook. He just got into something really, really, like something he was really looking forward to and he was so happy about.
Oh,
but so he said he had a couple of auditions that he was going to check into. And I was really kind of hoping that he would be able to join us tonight.
Well, there will be another time in the future. We're all reuniting. I think there's something going to happen, I really do.
Oh, yes.
So,
and Mike...
Sandy's not as far away as Forrest is, so...
Yes. I have to tell you, the most loyal, the most passionate, the most committed Zooble is Stevie.
You.
I thought you
were going to say Forrest. I was like,
no. I mean, really, I've gone on to big
I don't think so
now.
Well, I'm selfish for just wanting us never all to die. I just love you all so much. You're my dysfunctional family that I can't live without.
No,
and they'll always be there for you. In one way or another.
It's a miracle that Forrest was with us for the recordings.
Yeah.
And it was less than a year later he passed.
That was so shocking.
Yeah, I really wish he would have stuck around with us longer.
There were some pictures I sent Alan, your producer. I don't know if he wants to show some of the pictures of us all all uniting for the first time in 30 years, and Forrest and Ben are in those pictures. If you've got anything that you can put across.
Well, if you want to, can you email them to me? It would be easier than sending them to Skype.
Oh, sure. I can do it in a break if you want. I don't know if I have your email. I thought sending them by Skype was the easiest. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Good.
Oh, that is cool.
One.
I like that.
I know what that was when we took
reunion,
that photo.
That was the Hollywood Christmas Parade.
Yes.
Remember?
Oh, wow, look at that. There's the whole crew.
We did a lot of live stuff, too. You guys especially did. So much live stuff. Talk about that period when you went and helped kids that had cancer and were their last wish and everything. I only went on one of those, I think. That you got. You went on many. I remember the Christmas parade as being a live thing that we did, and then one event I went to. But
Make a Wish Foundation.
Remarkable chapter of the Zoobles that people maybe don't know about.
Remember we went to see that little boy, and that was his wish.
Incredible.
Us to come and visit, and they picked us up, and we were all in costume, and we went right to his bedside. I think he was in. Where was he?
I think we should do more of that. I think that is so neat.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, really.
Maybe we could get our costumes I saw a shot on Facebook of kids.
Yes, they did a Halloween. We'll hire them to make our costumes. I think Mike still has his.
Incredible.
Well, I could find them and we could get them to make us costumes because
they dressed them. No, but
that's what we all were short of
costumes, but mine probably smell pretty bad now.
Yeah, I think mine disintegrated. That's probably why I didn't keep it. I wish I had. But.
I know. Disintegrated.
I remember us. We toured. We went to. They took us to Washington D.C. to the. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
We spoke at a congressional hearing on children's television.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We
in costume.
In costume, and with a lot of other landmark characters. We were a brand new show, so not many people knew us. They were all running after Big Bird. I would come out of a congressional. I'd be down the hall, and suddenly Captain Kangaroo would walk out of a door, and I'm going, "That's Captain Kangaroo!"
And he's that's Bravo Fox.
We on the Emmy.
Yeah.
We beat Pee-wee and Sesame Street, didn't we? In that category.
Costume design, yeah.
I mean, it's a miracle we're all still alive and healthy, and we want to do this. It is just a matter of time to
gather together in one place here.
It should be a live show, and we all
did that show on a shoestring budget, and the quality was spectacular.
It was, yeah.
For what it was.
Yeah,
I think somebody said, how could we pull that off for $1.50? Because it was really a low budget thing.
I think it was lower than Canadian films.
Yeah.
I think it was
Probably
Canadian.
would be, yes.
Let me ask you something.
Well,
Who looks the oldest?
What?
What?
Who looks the oldest?
Who looks the oldest?
Karen, I swear to you, Karen, you haven't changed a bit, and it's remarkable.
Talkative through and through.
Totally, Karen.
Yeah.
That's why I think we could do it on a shoestring, because we were all really just ourselves.
Yeah.
Come on. It was too early to get into character. We just had to be it.
It was really a special time. That's just something that's going to stay with me forever.
Well, that's just it. We're this wonderful family. We really are.
And it keeps you young, too. It keeps you young at heart. It keeps you...
we worked so hard, Brett. You cannot believe the hours and what we did.
I could actually believe it. We put in some serious hours ourselves, so I can believe the hours.
Brett, is that a real iguana on you, or is that a puppet iguana?
No, this is our mascot, the show mascot. This is our bearded dragon, Bowsy. And she is real. She's very adorable.
I love her. She's beautiful.
She is very sweet.
What's her name?
Her name is Bowsy.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
Wow.
Miss Bowsy.
She is a beautiful girl. Yes, you are.
Oh, I love her. How old is she?
5 years old. And still just as healthy as we brought her home.
How long do they live?
Usually on average about 10 years. Some can live about 12 to 14 if they're really taken care of.
Like a dog.
Iguana?
Yeah, just like a dog, yeah.
It's an iguana.
It's a bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon, yeah. They're more tame than iguanas are. A lot easier to take care of.
Do they eat birds?
But yes, they eat greens, and they eat worms, and they'll eat vegetables, carrots, kale. They'll eat beans. They'll eat what else does she like? She likes bok choy. She likes a lot of stuff. She's a good eater.
Oh, really? I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Underneath that piñata was a lot of food.
Well, we touched on the subject of the costumes. Let's who designed the costumes?
Can't remember her name right now, but she did win an Emmy for it. Jeremy, right?
Jeremy Railton.
Yeah.
And he had a team. And what was it? Victoria. What was Victoria's last name?
Oh yeah, Victoria started with
Victoria
B.
Boswell.
She's on our group. She's on the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome!
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
And the
she was responsible for making the icon of the '80s what it was, and something so memorable. She deserves a lot more than an Emmy. I think she deserves a lot of gratitude for her work. Because that is brilliant.
I think we also had input in the thing, because I remember Steve Binder talking about the fact that originally they wanted us just to wear these heads to sort of be these, like walk-around characters. And he said no, because these actors, we're hiring them to be expressive, and you can't put them underneath a mask and have it work. So that's when we went to the mini prosthetics.
And the thing about prosthetics is that it has to be applied, reapplied, glued, made right on your face. So they would pour a mold on each one of us. We would set. We would literally set for like half an hour or something.
So everything was custom built.
And that's why I say at the end of the day, we would peel it off our face, and that really was a wrap, because you couldn't get that thing back on unless you started from scratch.
Remember, we would stick the noses on the mirror at the end.
They were everywhere. There were hundreds when we wrapped at the end. The final episode, there were hundreds of noses stuck all over the cameras and the cranes and the doorknobs and
anywhere you can find.
Steve Binder telling us. Steve Binder, right when we were going into production, says, "Okay, well, you'll have smoothies for lunch because we don't want you eating in those noses." And they were actually going to make us every day just have a smoothie. And we said, Don't think so. So
I
remember they
showed them how I
started
could
giving
use
us a
notes.
menu, and they'd go out and grab our lunch wherever they gave us choices. But
we couldn't take our costume off the whole time, right, Mike? And you and Sandy and Forrest used to horse around, and you'd go out sometimes with the delivery guys dressed in your costumes and be your characters out in the real
when
world.
You went across the street to that
to
hotel?
me is a reality show.
No, it was
and the reactions that you get
across the street from the studio, there was a pet pet hotel, and we brought one of the cameramen, and Sandy and I in costume went over and interviewed the pets, and we checked the rates. How much is it for a double?
But you played it totally straight.
It's like you were having a little afternoon delight, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
The beaver and the bear.
Oh my goodness! I remember one time I went out on an audition. I took my costume off, but I had my hair and my nose on. And I went out at lunch to do an audition somewhere on Victory Boulevard, and I'm standing there in the booth to record the audition, and the engineering booth fills up with like 20 people, and they're all just looking at me.
This guy really believes in method acting.
Do you remember the one? Do you have the Zooble outtakes?
Oh yeah, we have them.
It's on YouTube.
We've seen them. Yes,
yeah.
that's where I saw it.
Because all of the directors, they wouldn't yell cut. When the scene was over, we would always tag it with something. We had such a blast doing that.
Well, the monitors wrote
to try to crack you guys up.
Our teleprompters were our lines. We had 3 cameras giving us our lines, but they were always on the blink. So we had to just keep improvising.
Yes,
and Gary's a master improviser. So, we all kind of followed Gary. You were great. You were the glue.
Yeah.
And we would just rattle on and rattle on. That's where we got a lot of the script.
I remember when you wrote me a ticket and you drew that dick on it. That was hilarious.
All the things to see behind the scenes.
I did no such thing.
You got to remember, we were punchy. We were so exhausted and hot and underfed for days, for months, 3 months straight. I mean,
we had fun and that stuff.
But we got through it like great sports. No dramas. There were no dramas. Really, I don't remember anybody storming out or anything.
Oh, I had a terrible tantrum. I remember having a big fight with Mary Jo Blue because I improvised the line saying, over the tongue, look out, stomach, here she comes. And I was going to drink something. And Mary Jo, the producer, said, I think you should say tummy. And I said, I think stomach is a good word, and I'm sticking with stomach. And they said, well, it's too adult. And I said, so, all right, I'll say tummy. I'll say, I have the temerity to say tummy instead of stomach. And I want to talk down to kids.
Yeah.
I put my foot down on stomach.
He had somebody else.
I remember a big
you call it when you.
Or she could have called it belly too. I mean, I don't know.
Do you guys remember one day Ben was getting somehow just frustrated and felt claustrophobic, and in the middle of the day just ripped off his nose. He said, I can't take it. And he ripped his nose, thinking that he wouldn't have to work the rest of the day. Little did he know they had a new nose ready for him, slapped a new nose on him, and he worked the rest of the day. But he had it with the makeup. They ripped off his nose.
It really was a feeling of claustrophobia.
Our show, somebody on set, which you couldn't say for a child. The scripts were all X-rated or
only the outtakes.
Only the outtakes. Yeah, I said it was Zoobilee Blue, and then
right. Something you shouldn't say on television. The FCC would be after you.
But the songs. Remember we'd have like one rehearsal to learn our songs. We'd be given cassettes to take home.
Very fascinating time. So a lot of that you pretty much already.
Well, see, I was intimidated by everybody because everybody other than myself was a triple threat. They could sing, dance, and act. I could only act.
You were Rex
I
Harris.
faked my way around the rest of it.
You did a great job of talk singing like a Rex Harris, and that was your thing. I mean, But yeah, I mean, we had 3-part, 4-part, 5-part harmonies, and we'd have 1 or maybe 2 takes. That's it.
Yeah.
And so who knows, how you'd throw the pasta against the wall and it stuck was a miracle, but it did.
The Zoobilee.
And I couldn't remember my lines at all. So
but that was your character. I know. We were often talking to her lines in character.
Yeah. And I was amazed at the other actors, how great they could.
We never broke character. That's what it was that I think made it. We would horse around.
That's when you know you have a great time together. Is when you never break character and it never gets to you.
Improvise in character,
That's right.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It keeps you improvising. That's a good thing.
Even when we were off camera.
I wonder if we could do Zoobilee Blue.
Zoobilee Poo?
A new series.
Zoobilee Blue?
The new reboot. Yeah.
For the grown-up little guy in you.
I know that, speaking of all the, on behalf of all the Zooblee Zoo fans out there, I'm ready for a reboot, and I'd love to see all of you reprise your roles because I think that
you want to know something? I'm going to tell you. You got to all just write a pretty please letter to Hallmark. And if everybody did that, that's who we have to convince.
We sure will. We will. And also, what about DVD releases?
As a reprise.
Yes. Definitely.
Are there DVDs still, or is that all gone? It's all on YouTube.
No, there's actually no way to make DVDs, unfortunately. There were some masters
out. You need a streaming service.
Do not exist anymore. There was something that's happened. That's the problem.
I have all the old videos.
That's what it is. So we can watch second generation ones people have that are fairly good quality, and of course everything's up on YouTube, save about 2 episodes. The quality that we're used to seeing in a DVD unfortunately doesn't exist for it to be duplicated.
Right.
Well, what if we made new ones?
Well, they'd have to film us again, which would be great, Karen. Let's.
But no,
they'd have to be a master at restorations too. So I mean, I know there's a lot of them out there, but you'd have to get it to the right people who know exactly how to restore these and put it in like HD mode.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to see the past anyway? I think it's time to make a new one with cell phones and
make a reboot. That's what we've all been hoping for. And you made your animated version.
The places we could go. I'd like to mix live.
Let's
I'd like
do
to do
a Christmas special
of live and animation. Go to lands, be live, but go to lands that are animated.
A Zooblee Zoo Christmas. Yeah, that would be awesome to do. But I'm thinking that that's such a short notice. I'm working on a Christmas special too. So if you guys want to be in my Christmas special, feel free. We can call it the Pawpets Zoobilee Zoo Christmas special.
Well, where are the people?
Yeah.
Where's all the people that are here now?
They're watching online.
They're watching. They're in different areas and different chats. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up the floor to the questions that are being asked by the viewers that have just been piling up. After so much fun of talking. Yeah. We got lots of viewers out there. What's that?
You mean people are watching us, Brett?
Oh, lots of them.
Yes, Mike.
Yes, lots of people are watching. You have an audience, so that's why I said when we started off, do your voices for everybody. And
it's so hard for us to believe it after all these years. There are people that are watching.
Tons of fans, let me tell you, because you have so many fans out there.
Karen? That is so nice, Karen.
It is a wonderful thing. I must imagine. I mean, before we go into their questions, I wanted to ask, what is going through your mind when you realize and you step back and you were a part of the 80s thing, you were a part of Zooblee Zoo, and then you step back 30 years later and you see that people are still loving it, people are still watching the show, talking about the show.
I feel very lucky because it's not, you could be in a sucky show and we were in a great show.
You were in a very good show. You were in a terrific. I loved it.
It's just one of those flukes that happen. Those happy accidents, and I just feel lucky.
It was a happy accident, Gary. Absolutely.
Gary, I have seen you in a couple of sucky shows.
The truth comes out.
I think all the kids.
You got to make a living.
That's true.
The show must go on.
That's right.
They were like, I think it was a lot of the mothers and fathers were working, and that they came home, and they could put on some people in a little village where everything was happy, and that solved everything, and there was a solution, and it was a faith and a belief in that we were going to be on, in some markets every day, but we would be there and we would make them feel good.
You think it was always happy? It wasn't so happy when I had to give Crosby back to that Tommy Cooper. That wasn't very happy.
No.
No, but you're doing it for the audience, and the audience was very happy about your performances. And I remember growing up with it, and I was fascinated from the very first time I saw Zoobilee Zoo.
Why were you fascinated?
What was that?
Why were you fascinated?
Why was I fascinated? Well, because it was a happy show. It was a musical show. Everybody was so happy to be there and just so happy to entertain for everyone. And it was just a very uplifting show, especially when you're a kid growing up in tough times. And I think that is what really helped bring us out of our own realities of where we're just drowning in so much stress and so much, you get a lot of stress from your family, and there's just a lot of things you have to endure on a daily basis you don't even want to think about. Bullying in school and schoolwork, teachers not doing, not on your side or anything. And just, it feels like your whole young world has come toppling down upon you. But tuning into Zooblee Zoo, it kind of removes you away from all of that. That's nice. And just to see how happy everybody is, it gives you a breath of life. It's just like, It's kind of like, it's really a delight to see happy characters being so outgoing and being so driven.
We were your family.
Right, exactly.
Always, and it filled with creativity. And you're probably a puppeteer now, maybe because we influenced you. There's so many Zoobaroos that are on the group that are, or people that I run into that are to say their careers as an artist, as a writer, as an actor, as an adventurer, as a musician. I mean, we really stimulated kids' imaginations. There's so many special effects today, and you didn't need special effects. Kids use their imaginations watching our show.
Well, you take Lookout Bear's car, for instance. That could easily be run on electricity. I mean, what was that car run on? It was like just electricity. Just electricity.
See, we invented electric cars.
It was an early Tesla.
There you go.
It was a golf cart, and artistic.
Oh wow! Okay.
Turned into my runabout.
Turned into a Jeep. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. So if you're wondering what Lookout Bear's Jeep was, it's a golf cart.
And Steve Binder was an amazing producer. He had all these friends because he's a rock star. He does Diana Ross and the Beatles and Elvis Presley. These are people that he has produced. All right. I mean, it's incredible. And we had stars on that show as guests. Robert Shields from Shields and Yarnell. And what was the little woman's name who played the alien?
Patty Mahoney?
Yes, Patty Silver, Patty Mahoney. Really unusual people. Come on, think of some other we had the deaf girl, Sandy.
Oh, yes.
And remember the two guys?
She was in a
comedy team, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the Leprechaun or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, your friend, your partner.
Oh, my friend Caleb Chung. Yeah. If it wasn't for Caleb, I would never have gotten Zoobilee Zoo. I was part of the comedy team before Zoobilee Zoo, and my partner said he was on this show called Dumbo's Flying Circus on the Disney Channel, and he had heard Puppeteers that there was this show that they were auditioning for, and he went on the audition, and it said, they want actors who can sing and dance. And I said, oh, well, I can't go because I don't sing or dance. So he went. And then he got a call back, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, he can't sing or dance or act.
I can do this.
I can do better than that.
I asked him if I could go on his callback to be his scene partner, and I ended up being called back and going all the way through. And Caleb did not get the job.
And then he came back and played what on the show?
He played Burt Backtrack in the mayor of Backwardville.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
At Mattel Toys. And, of course, what happened is he went into his garage and he invented robots, and he ended up inventing the Furby.
And you're talking about real life.
The Furby.
In real life. So
in real life,
it didn't get Zoobilee Zoo because we would never have the Furby.
Yeah.
And he became a millionaire. Because
Yeah.
The rest.
And what about that monkey that became Michael Jackson's monkey?
Oh, Bubbles.
The chimpanzee. Bubbles, the famous Bubbles, became my
Jackson's chin.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest star ever to appear on Zoobilee Zoo.
I know.
There you go. There you go.
He had his own trailer.
Yeah.
And then we have the
He
Lone
had something
Ranger,
to
or
do
was
with
that
Michael
no?
Jackson.
And the Subarus speak to us live?
So yes.
They're texting you in a box, right? And you're going to ask us questions?
Yes.
Yes. We were going to get to those here just in a moment here. Let me go back to the top of the list because I know there's some really interesting questions that are just piling up here. So let's go ahead and refer to the viewers' questions. And I'm going to go try to. I'm going to try not to skip over anybody. Jose asks, tell us about your account about how each of you got the cast in the role of a Zooble.
Well, I've already said
Hi, Jose. I know who Jose is. Hi, Jose. Thanks for tuning in. Jose's in our group.
Hi, Jose.
That's true.
We just had quite a few callbacks, all of us, and it just got narrowed down. And I remember it was between me and another girl, and I was shooting a cop show up in Toronto at the time, and I was playing a cop and pulling out a Colt 45, and I left that show. So when I got Zoobilee Zoo, I wanted it that badly. So to go from being a cop, and so I used to joke about pulling the Colt 45 out of my pouch, hold it right there, because that's what I was used to saying, So I had to kind of get into what's that? A totally different character. But I just remember the final callbacks really focusing on I don't know if you guys remember this, they really wanted an animal aspect. And I remember learning ways to move like an animal, not just to be funny. Yeah, and that we had to bring something to it that was the animal. That was really important. I remember that. And I thought, I wondered if I could do that, I wasn't really trained in being an animal, but apparently I was. So, but I think
I think a lot of that had something to do with the fun of the job, bringing the animal out of you. That's what it seems like to me. It's like just you were having fun with it, and it just came naturally, or a lot of that could have been.
It was so natural. How about you?
Yeah.
Do you remember how you got cast, Karen? What was your story?
I clucked a lot.
That was your claim to fame.
That was your cool thing. I can't imagine anyone else but you playing Talkatoo, Karen. There must not have been anybody else in the finals. They must have.
They didn't really know her character wasn't really fleshed out as much as yours was. You were the ingenue, and Michael was the
ingenue boy and girl. I think Michael and I were.
Boy and girl, and mine was the least written. The Beavers in mine maybe, and how is what is this bird? Is she kooky or is she? They couldn't quite bring it. So what? They wanted us to kind of bring something to it, and there was a woman which I didn't continue with that stuttered, an old-fashioned actor, and she, and
like Marion Lorne.
Yes, and I thought, well, but then it just didn't happen. I just clucked, and they loved my cluck.
That was it. Anybody call for a bird around here?
Hey!
Oh, so there you go. So we have a bird over here waiting to talk to a fellow cockatoo. I'm a macaw. Yeah, he's a macaw. That's right.
I wasn't
a macaw.
I wasn't a cockatoo. I was a parrot.
Ooh, parrots are nice.
Knew that. The kids knew that.
I should know. I know a lot of parrots.
Karen. I never knew that. I'm sorry.
They're white. And they're like little red around here.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, no, people will tell you that it's.
You went for species reassignment.
Yeah. Well, I think they modified.
What other word would rhyme with parrot, though? I mean, cockatoo, they kind of go together, but cockatoo, parrot. I mean, it's like doesn't really fit, So it's understandable the mix up of cockatoo when she's really a parrot. But what rhymes with parrot, really? I mean, how can you toss around a play on words with parrot?
They made a big deal about testing everything with kids, too,
Mm-hmm.
and they in the beginning, and
kids are the best test subjects.
And I remember, like, I could see why they would just make you a cockatoo, even though it didn't make sense, because it just worked for Zoobilee Zoo. Same with my costume. The original ears, I had great big ears in my costume, and they got smaller and smaller and smaller as they marketed them in the beginning. I mean, I don't really even look like a kangaroo. I have a pouch and I have a kangaroo tail, but I can't tell you how many fans have said to me, you know, what were you? A pig? A cat? You know? But, I shouldn't have the big ears, but I had little ears. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're a Zoodle.
We became a Zooble. We can sort of morph into something that was
your own
original.
thing.
Yeah.
It became a household word.
So, Mike, how did you get Zooblee Zoo?
Well, I remember very clearly my agent calling me for the audition and him saying, well, I don't know if this is something that you want to do. You're going to be wearing a costume and makeup and a prosthetic nose. And do you really want to do it? And I was like, I don't know, but I might as well audition and check it out. And so I auditioned, and it was an unusual audition. I remember it was more like a theater audition. And I grew up in theater. It wasn't like a television audition. No. And so the audition went well. I got a callback, and then callback and callback and callback. And my final callback, I was almost like wondering if I really want to do it or not. So I almost goofing around for my final callback. They asked me to do another song. And I used to do this funny thing with Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but just off one beat. And so I tap danced while singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game off one beat. And it was so ridiculous. And Steve Binder especially loved it.
That is really brilliant.
All the things.
You were
Take Me Out to the Ball Game got you in.
Yeah.
No, well, you were very endearing.
Thank you, Karen.
You are. I mean,
you haven't changed at all.
Oh, come on.
No, you really haven't.
People.
Well, I must say, because of Zooblee Zoo, you've all fit your roles very well, and we all have something to remember you all by, based on the characters you portrayed. It's like you were born to play those roles.
I think you're right, Brett. I do believe that. I think this is, we're leaving a legacy, all of us, and we didn't realize it at the time. That it's hard to know what came first, was that or me, you know?
Well, I was that. Guess what?
Or
I'm
you.
just like you.
Oh, you do?
What's your name? What's your name?
What? I'm Floyd.
Was it? Hi, Floyd.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Puppets.
Did you make your puppets? Hi, where are you from,
gosh,
Floyd?
no. We were sold. Yeah, we were. They were sold. Yeah, they were bought online. Yeah.
Hi, Karen. That's great.
I'm Tink, just like you. People confuse me for a kangaroo too. They do not.
You like my pink hair?
Oh, I love the Tink hair.
No,
I wish I had Tink hair like that.
Your ears were little, Louise. I mean,
they were little. They were shrunk down to be more attractive because the kids didn't like them big. They were scared of them, as I recall.
Yeah, they couldn't longer.
And I think you had some rude look about your costume, Gary, didn't you? Didn't the fur start to gather at a certain point?
Oh, well, you know.
I think you're talking about my costume.
Oh, it was yours, Michael. That's right. You had kind of
It's Gary.
How do we say this? There aren't kids watching this, so I think we're all right. But yes, you had rather a vagina, as I recall, at the front of yours, because all the fur would gather in a certain way by about 3:00 in the afternoon, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Your camel
Thank
toe.
you, Louise. Thank you for sharing.
Well, you know. I know we're all grown up now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on, Mike, don't leave me hanging here. But you did have fun with that, you guys.
Next question.
Yeah. Jose also asked, it's for Karen specifically. Did anyone come up to you and say the Talkatoo looked kind of like that rooster on the box of cornflakes?
A rooster? A rooster? A chicken?
A cock?
The Cornelius, the mascot of cornflakes. Did anybody confuse you with that?
Oh yes.
All the time?
Yeah, they all the time. Because if you look at my costume, it looks very little bit roosterish.
Yeah.
I mean,
it does, you know.
Don't you see what's that thing? A cock comb that the roosters have?
A comb.
A what?
The thing on the top of their head is a comb.
A comb. Yeah, that.
So there you go. It's
actually
I never had one on the top of my head.
I was very, very pleased compared to someone like a rooster. It was.
I had Ed Kooky Burns. He borrowed. I loaned him. He borrowed me a comb, so I still have it. I never gave it back to him.
Is a rooster
Let me your comb.
Is a rooster?
He lent me his comb, and I kept it.
A real chicken.
What's another question from this?
We have one from Tony Ringtail, who asked, "Did the housekeeper die?" Oh wait, that's for me. That was for me. I'm sorry, Tony. That's not a valid question for the Zoobles. That was for me. That was earlier. No, I've readdressed it again. I just see a question, and I'm automatically okay. Here's a question. Let me keep going down the list here. Let's see. There's a lot of commentaries. Laura says with a comment, Wazat was my favorite character, and it was so weird seeing her act mean in Tacarella, but hilarious.
I agree. It was really hard for me, Laura, to do that, to talk to, because I love Karen too. As I recall, the first script was written that I was going to be Cinderella, and then they switched it. Do you remember that, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like I was always playing the straight, the sweet one, and they wanted to, it was just like the same thing over and over. And then they switched it, and I got to be evil. But and I remember I had a hard time with it. I still have a hard time watching it. But I had to think that it was Wazat putting on a character. So it wasn't really Wazat Laura. So just know that.
Yeah.
That's the way I can sleep at night. Yeah. It was Wazat playing a character.
And Brian Zooble, Brian actually, I guess, self-appointed himself a Zooble. Brian Zooble out there says, Lookout Bear was my favorite.
Yeah.
So for Brian, you're his favorite. And I must say, it's very difficult for me to pick.
Why was it your favorite?
Lookout Bear was my favorite. I loved Builder Beaver was my favorite. I loved everybody, like a little piece of every Zooble. I wanted to be like, like an actor like Bravo Fox, and I wanted to be like really adventurous, like Lookout Bear, and go out on wild adventures in the woods somewhere. And that's where I started picking up my my undying urge to go out and go ghost hunting. But that became ghost hunting. I don't know.
The woods.
And just learning happiness from Wazat Kangaroo, and just learning how to keep the momentum going like Talkatoo would. Just everything about Zooblee Zoo has so much impact on just how we view life, and I'm definitely living proof of that. Because I must say that, I've embraced Zooblee Zoo. I loved Zooblee Zoo when I was a kid. I still love it to this day. And, I see little bits and pieces of Zooblee Zoo in everyone I see, too. I mean, if I see somebody happy, they remind me of, somebody really outgoing, energetic, they remind me of Wazat Kangaroo. Or, if I see a tremendous actor taken to the stage, then I'm reminded of Bravo Fox, or, if somebody's, like, driving really fast, want to really get to where the adventure is, that's Lookout Bear to me, and there's just a little bit of everybody that I see in everyone.
I love your little iguana.
Oh, she's a bearded dragon.
I'm sorry, bearded dragon. She's soothing you. Did you notice that? She felt Daddy getting excited.
Yeah, she was giving me little scritchies. Because she does that when she's when she gets her cuddliest.
It's wonderful to hear that we made such an impact, and it's
really
touching beyond belief. I think because we all came from our hearts so much and worked so hard, it was so sincere. There wasn't really time to be inauthentic. We just came right from our hearts. We just really did it. Made up things.
Did it well. I must say, you did it really well.
There's something about that made it magic. I think
it's the magic. It's the magic of working together and having everything just come together so perfectly. And you hardly, like, when you go through the enduring day by day, hardships of getting in and out of costume, the heat, some of the frustrations of, sometimes, some of the productions don't go along as planned, and some of the
we didn't have time to think about anything. We were doing. Really? So what we would do, the way we would shoot, we had this wonderful set, and we'd have Bravo's Theater, we had Wazat's house, we had Lookout's tent, we had this work table set up for Builder Beaver, we had an artist's house for with easels and all this stuff for Van Gogh, and we had your little pad for writing. And what we would do is we would film 5 episodes, I think it was 5 at a time, at each set. So we'd have maybe one full day of doing all the lookout scenes at the tent, and we'd have to go out of order. So we'd have to know all those shows. I mean, it wasn't easy, and the continuity of what came before and where we were going. And then they would edit them together later. I think that's an important thing that maybe people don't realize when they see it, just how disjointed they were filmed and how it all came together. And that takes a lot of studying and knowing, because you don't have time, to say what's going on in this scene. Although Karen did a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are all frozen. Am I the only one talking?
Anything. I didn't even know where I was. I don't know where I am. Where am I?
You're in New York. You're home. You're in a beautiful place.
I'm going to have to say cheerio now.
Oh, you have to leave us. No.
I have to start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. But
now you're spreading the news of a different color because that's Frank Sinatra. That wouldn't really be talking to material. You just spread the news, and you got to throw the paper up in the air, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We should try to sing our song. Can we sing the opening theme?
Oh, that would be great. Could you do that?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Everyone up, everyone in, time for the fun to begin.
Wait a minute.
Come along with us to Zoobilee
Zoo. Zoobilee Zoo. Magic and wonder are waiting for you.
It's as close to the dream and as bright as the brightest moon.
Welcome
to Zoobilee Zoo.
Not in the right key.
Let's introduce
Come along with us.
To you.
There's Mayor Ben. He's not here, but I wish that he was.
I'm Bill the Beaver.
I'm Bill the
Beaver.
Go, Mike. Sharing an adventure when lookout comes to call.
And a kangaroo named What's who puts music to it all. My name is Van Gogh.
Just color fun, and you will shout bravo when the show has begun.
Everyone, spread the news. There'll be so much to see and do. Just see talking to.
When you're
Zoobilee Zoo, Magic and wonder are waiting for you.
I think you should carry on.
Do any of you guys realize that the guy who engineered that when we went in and recorded the theme song, do you know who the engineer was? Not even the producer. The engineer was Haim Saban.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh wow.
I didn't know he engineered it. I knew that he had the publishing on. Was it his studio? The Havenhurst Studios was Saban?
No, the studio where we recorded the theme song. The recording studio on Ventura Boulevard.
I knew he was responsible for all the music, but I didn't know he engineered it. That is amazing. He is so famous. He is such a famous guy now.
He made gazillions
billions of dollars.
He made Zoobles, lots of Zoobles.
Lots of gazoozas.
Zoobles.
He's the one we've got to get on board.
Before Karen does cut out on us, though, there is one thing that I really wanted to do, and there's one viewer out there that's really that I think of whenever I think about Zooblee Zoo and how much it means to him. There's one particular viewer out there that I wanted to extend a special shout out from the Zoobles. If everybody could give a humongous, explosive Zoobilee Zoo terrific hello to Ty.
Hi.
Ty.
Hi.
So there you go, Ty. A big hello from your heroes at Zooblee Zoo. You just endorsed him, didn't you? I probably did, but that's probably what goes with it. But hey, you know what? We're all good. We're all family. We're all good we're all good together. You know.
I know
it's
that.
Good.
You know, we have. I just want to say we have a Facebook group called the Real Zoobaroos of Zoobilee Zoo.
Great group. By the way, I love being there.
Well, you know what? We wouldn't be on the show if you weren't in the group, Brett. And you have to get into it by asking, was that? And was that will sign you into it because it's secret. You can't find it.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's an exclusive
very
group.
small. There's only about 220 people in it, and they're all for real Zoobaroos who watched it as a child. They've grown up, and now their children are watching it, and they're very much a part of getting it. We get input from them. We get ideas for the animated show. The animated series was all made all by Zoobaroos and Zoobles. It was written by Leslie Madeline Fleming, who's in Texas. The artwork was done by a Zoobaroo we haven't even met, Ruthie Childs, who lives in New Zealand. She did every single frame by herself.
Wow, that is impressive.
That's a story in itself, making.
I would just love for everybody connected with us on Facebook, and Bravo and Talk and Look Up There and Was At all have their own fan pages on Facebook, which you can just get connected with any one of us, and we would just love to stay in touch. So just stalk us because we need you. We really want to do this again.
There you go. So anybody watching out there is big fans of Zoobilee Zoo that wish to connect with the Zoobles themselves on Facebook. Go into Facebook, do some searches for everybody's names. Stevie Valance will be there.
And look up our characters' names. And
character names, the actor names.
If anybody wants to be in the special group, just let Was At know, and she'll get you.
There you go. So, it's a great thing. I've also been told by one of our other viewers that he would be interested in putting together a Skype media group. I know you guys don't Skype very often, but he did extend for me to bring up the idea to you guys and see if it's something that you guys wanted to take part in sometime. I was told...
so fun to see all of your faces.
Yeah. We'll do anything.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Stevie, I will forward you.
Happen, fans. It's up to you. Truly.
There you go. I'll tell you what I'll do, though. I will forward you all. I will forward you all his contact information, so that way you can, do with what you please, and
I'll tell you
it'll be a really awesome thing.
Hallmark Cards is who you want to write a letter to. Believe it or not Hallmark Television. I found that out when I was trying to get the rights for the animation. It's actually owned by Hallmark Cards, interestingly enough. So that's who you need to write to. And just
I guess they're going to do birthdays and anniversaries and stuff.
Bring back Zoobilee Zoo. That's all you need to say.
Yes.
I love your puppets.
Oh, we do
thank
actually
you.
have
Miss Boss. Is that her name?
That's Earl.
I'm Earl. Yeah, I'm the sit-in beaver.
Yeah.
Earl's the sit-in beaver.
I'm the sit-in beaver.
He's the new builder beaver.
That's right. I'm the new builder beaver. Just giving you some tools and an idea, and I can invent it.
Nobody can.
Called The Apprentice.
Well, he's run out of dams to build, so he's looking for a new trade. That's right.
Well, building is what it's all about, Earl. So
that is true. That is true.
And you know
that's
he's a ventriloquist. He's not just a puppeteer.
No, I do ventriloquism. Yeah.
He's a ventriloquist. Some little girl won America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That we all saw that. And as a matter of fact, speaking about Darcy, she blew us all away with her performances. And then what she said after her first performance, where she wants to keep the artistry of puppetry and ventriloquism alive in today's youth, that is exactly the same thing that we're standing up for. It's a fascinating gift. It's a fascinating art, and it's
similar
just,
to Zoobilee Zoo.
Right. Well, it's
live
like a different area. The problem with that is
I have to go now. I love you all, Michael. I haven't seen you in so long.
I'm coming to New York, and I'm gonna knock on your door.
No, please. Gary just did.
I can't wait to see you.
That's right. You had a visit from Bravo Fox recently. Yeah. It looks like you had a good time together.
We had a wonderful time right on Broadway and 42nd Street.
Yeah, I was there. I remember that place. I was lost over there one time.
Yeah.
I got lost there. I had my friend come over and show me where the hell I was.
We love you all. We love the Zoobaroos, and I love seeing my what are you? Zoobaroos.
Zoobaroos. We are Zoobaroos all the way.
The
Pawpets.
The
Pawpets alike, too.
Stay well. Take your vitamins. We're going to do the show.
Bye-bye, Birdie.
Now.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for coming by.
It's not really going.
Like the little red telephone.
The big red dot, right?
Hi.
See you later.
There she goes.
Actually,
we do have a question.
Okay.
We do have a question from Ty, real quick. Did any of your roles as Zoobles follow you into other personal aspects of your lives, such as hobbies or other pursuits?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Well, me, animation. I mean, I got big into animation after Zoobilee Zoo. So that's my life now. I'm doing voices, directing voices, casting voices in animation.
Wonderful.
And I sing jazz. That's another thing.
You sing jazz? Awesome.
I have 4 CDs or something. So that I just do for fun, but it's kind of a serious thing, too.
And where can we buy the CDs?
You can buy them online on my website, stevievalance.com. Yeah, I changed my name since then. Stevie is actually my real first name. It was Stephanie Louise. That's how come I went by Louise. Later, when I became a jazz singer, I just thought Stevie's kind of a cool jazz name, so I went back to Stephanie. So.
Well, it kind of reminded me of Stevie Nicks, too, because Stevie Nicks is an awesome singer, too.
Yep, or Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder is a good one. We have a Stevie Wonder dog upstairs, and he does the Stevie Wonder songs for us, and he's a big sheepdog. He's very lovable, and he loves Stevie Wonder just as much as we all do.
Aww.
Yep, we sure do. So he'll do Stevie Wonder songs. We'll have him do Stevie Wonder singing, songs of Stevie Wonders, and then we have that variety show called Talent Search. And what we'll do is we'll have like people send in their talents, whether it's singing, dancing, performing, comedy routines or anything, and we line it up in a variety show that the viewers can participate in. So that's another quick plug. If anybody out there has any talents they wish to send into the show, we'd love to have.
Bruce? Now's your chance.
There you go. So come. Details will be in the website. Just go to the website www.opopetshow.org, and you will see the details on the talent search and pretty much everything else that we do here on Pawpets. And it's a huge show. You love it. We'd love to see more of you guys tuning in. Looking for some more questions over here in channel while we got everybody here.
Actually, Ranger Stormwolf, he sent me a private message here.
Oh, okay.
He was just like, hey, Wolf Dog, or AKA Alan. He wanted me to say hello to the Zoobles from Nebraska.
Oh, hi.
Nebraska.
Hi, Cornhuskers.
That's one thing Nebraska has a lot of.
Yeah, that's.
See, Michael knows. Lookout knows that because of all his adventures.
Mm-hmm.
So he went through Nebraska before, I take it.
Oh yeah,
nice.
He does have a question though. He was curious. He was like, I'm curious as to what he was wondering on what your most memorable moments were on the show.
Well, we've been through lots of them in this conversation so far. I mean, I think, on the outtakes for me when I was sort of gang raped by everybody. All of a sudden.
Can you imagine being on a set now, Louise, and that happening with everything that's going on?
Harvey Weinstein move over,
we would be in jail. Me and Gary would be in jail. If that happened now on a set?
Seriously. Yeah, that took me. I have an extra cage you can use. Good fun.
I'm sorry. I apologize for anything I did to offend you.
Thank you, Michael. I won't turn you in. I promise.
Well, thank goodness none of us are running for
you started it, though.
I do have a
consent. My consent. What do they call consensus? Whatever.
I do have a compliment coming in, actually, from Flower Girl. Says, hi, I'm such a big fan. I've been watching you guys since I was 5 years old. I loved you all. My faves were Lookout and Was That, since I love to sing.
Aww.
So,
well, I think Lookout and Was That should have had a thing, I mean, maybe we were just too young for it. So I think
you know what? You should get together and do an album.
That's a good idea.
Do an album together.
Right.
We'll do
Are you coming to LA or am I going to Toronto?
Gary has written, he's on to his second book now. He's like a master.
Second book.
One of the questions.
Yes, I've just written a children's book called The King of Average, which is a wonderful children's fantasy book with a great message about self-esteem, and it's an adventure story.
Nice.
Takes place. It's very much like the Phantom Toll Booth, if anyone knows that book, or the
we know
it. But so, and I've just won some nice awards, and I just finished my second book called The Benji Loper Caper, which is about a 14-year-old boy who rents a limousine in Hollywood to take his girl out on a date and gets involved with the Russian mafia.
Oh, that sounds so great.
It sort of Get Shorty for kids.
Yeah.
We should talk about making it into a series, Gary. An animated series.
There you go. Make it a separate series, though.
Yeah.
So it's like the light and dark sides of Zoobilee Zoo.
But one of the questions that somebody asked was, did we go on past Zooblee Zoo, and were our characters influencing our life? And I just feel, I had to bring that up about Gary, because is Bravo.
The thing that really happened to me was I moved out of Los Angeles to a small town in Washington State, and I ran a theater.
Amazing.
Art imitates life, or life imitates art. I actually became the proprietor of my own theater in North Bend, and I just, after 14 years, just retired from doing that.
So neat, Gary.
So now you're doing. Now you're doing a lot of writing, and you're
I'm doing writing, and I teach improvisation around the world, and I'm
that's another thing too. I noticed. Yeah, you teach improv. That's great. How long have you been doing that?
Oh my goodness, I was doing that when I was doing Zoobilee Zoo. I studied with the woman who invented improvisation.
Gary's one of the top improvisers on the planet now, actually, Gary is. Yeah. He carried down the lineage of Spolin.
I'm teaching my teacher's work around the world. I'm going to Finland and Sweden and Australia this year.
Amazing, Gary.
Wow.
Congratulations. Wow. I'm so proud of you.
That is excellent. Yeah, we all are.
Thanks.
And if you want to
I'd like to mention too that we are practically an improv show. Everything we do is on improv.
Yep.
And we've been doing it for since 2009. So there's another influence right there. So thank you, Gary, for your influence.
Actually, we do have a question here from Secret93.
Okay.
He was saying, over the years, have you had any opportunities to autograph drawings fans made of your characters?
I haven't, no.
I haven't. I've had some fans send things to my agent, things that they've drawn, but nobody has asked for me to sign any of them. I've signed a lot.
I put kids stuff
funny things
on the group.
Shirts and people's hands, and, all kinds of weird things.
I kept a lot of. We got fan mail from kids when we were doing Zoobilee Zoo, and I still kept some of those letters. Here's a kid's drawing of me as Bravo Fox.
Oh my God!
Nice.
Cool.
And
wow.
Danny,
I put everything up on the group. If anybody sends stuff in, I've got lots of pictures that kids have written put up recently. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of the things that we're going to be pulling up to here soon is the pictures and the animated Zoobilee Zoo. The 30th anniversary is coming up, and
it's
boy,
up.
we just got
now. We're 30 years now.
Well, we're going to be showing it here soon. That's what I meant.
I mean, the 30-year reunion. The year wasn't it last year? I think last year marked the year of the 30 years.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was. Yeah, 2016.
Each other 27 years when we got together.
Wow.
That was since 85.
And here we all are 30 years later, and just everybody getting along so well together. It's so good to see everybody just getting along so great together. It's just after 30 years. It's just, it really is a beautiful thing.
Well, we spent a lot of time together in all kinds of, crazy situations.
Oh my God.
Then when Zooblee Zoo went on the air, we realized that it was doing a lot of good for kids. And then some of the live appearances that we would spend time with kids in hospitals, somebody said earlier, and to see a kid who's in a hospital bed, who's in pain, smile, meant so much to me. And so I did as much of that.
Can you imagine being in bed and seeing the Zoobles walk into your hospital?
Yeah.
I mean, they were the real thing. They weren't the mascots or the dress up. It was the real, and they were in shock. Yeah. I remember my character had 2 bodyguards on either side to get me through the crowds because the kids just wanted to grab a piece of me. And I was they were going to grab
shout
my
out
head.
to Susan Doyle, Steffens, who if she's watching, hello, we love you, and thank you for all of the hard work. She tried to revive Zooblee Zoo, and we all went out and did some extra episodes later after the show had wrapped. And
she tried very hard to bring it back.
You got around the country, Michael?
What's that?
Wasn't she responsible for touring you around the country with live?
They gave her the rights. Hallmark Properties gave her the rights to produce a live show, and I think we all participated at different times. But I did a lot of those live shows, and we when we'd be out on the road, that's when we would look into the Ronald McDonald House or a local children's hospital and say, hey, we're in town. Are there any kids who would like to meet any of the Zoobles? And of course, we'd go there and be a big hit. And when I realized that, I mean, that meant more to me than I could ever give, to some kid. They gave me a lot more. And I grew so much through that. And that's really, to me, the great thing about Zoobilee Zoo.
Exactly.
It's so much to me, just to see those kids smile for that short time and be happy.
We all had such a heart. Yeah, we truly cared about kids. That's what made it different. We were not there for the money.
That's right. That's right. when you get your first idea that you're influencing kids' lives, you're making them feel better when they're sick or they're in pain, and they're just putting a smile on your face. I mean, it does something right in here, and I fully believe that that your show was fully capable of being able to do that for a lot of people. Really,
well, I mean, it's still a kick, like Michael said, to see fans 30 years later, running after. In nightclub saying you were my childhood. It's like if I ran into Rocky and Bullwinkle, I would have that reaction,
Right. Well,
they're my idols.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So I could definitely.
It feels good to know that we participated in a generation of children's childhoods.
Oh yeah.
Formative years.
In a positive way.
And it was very positive, let me tell you. I mean, it was the most brilliant thing in this time. It was loved then, it's still loved now, and you guys are amazing for being able to bring it to life and being able to enlighten our lives with it the way you did. And I just have to tell you, you did an awesome job. I got to hand it to you guys.
Thanks, Brett.
I think we should, not try to do the next one with special effects and because we'll lose the beauty of, the rawness.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should just be like a sitcom, like we all live together in costume, like
Seinfeld.
It's just like a normal, like the Ropers meets Zoobilee Zoo,
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that sounds great. The Zoobles will live downstairs, and then upstairs will be your landlord or something.
With normal people. We function with normal people in the real world, but there's nothing different about us. We don't act any different. We go to the bank, we get in the car, and maybe as our life, we go to a recording studio and we're all working on an animated series of Zoobilee Zoo, but we have a reality camera that follows us all home, and we all live in this big house together. I mean, it should be like that. It should be like a sitcom with us.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so it's called Real Zoobles in Beverly Hills.
There you go. That would be awesome. I'd watch that.
I think that would be hysterical, because I think the charm is that it's us people. You can go and replace. Everybody can find a younger version of whatever. But I truly believe the synergy of these actors, of us guys, that coming together under the worst circumstances, not the worst, but the most challenging.
I gotta say, it's just I have such a good feeling just seeing you guys right now. It's just lovely to see you.
Likewise, totally.
Gary.
And it's a great thrill to have you all here on our show too, because I mean, a lot of us are blown away by your appearances, and just, oh my God, it's like you guys are like so awesome, and we have you here on Pawpets. It's amazing. And I just kept on trying to tell myself, is this a dream? Is this a dream? They're really here, but I mean, this just goes to show how amazing your efforts were in providing children's entertainment and how far it went and what it's gone to today is just really how amazing it, how well it comes together, and just the meaning behind it and what you were there for when you were doing it. It just all fits together so well, and it's amazing when it comes together. I mean, it's really a wonderful feeling. And
thank you, Brett, for reaching out to us. This is
a
great experience.
I really. Hey, you know what? The pleasure is all over here. Let me tell you.
We had amazing writers. We had amazing writers.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Zoobles. The team of people that worked behind the scenes. Amazing songwriters. Ken Steele. Oh God, what's his name?
David Pomerantz.
David Pomerantz. That's what I was thinking of. Who else? Mary Jo Blue. Steve Binder, of course.
Kent Weed is
he's all over the place. He's terrific.
Yeah.
I love seeing him on a lot of shows.
The little guy. Terrible. I shouldn't.
David Grossman.
Grossman.
Oh, I wasn't thinking David. Yes, nice. David Grossman. What's he doing? He's one of the directors. He was one of the
directors. He directed a lot of what do they call the housewives? The not the Real House. The
Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives.
Directed a lot of those.
Yeah.
And Dennis Rosenblatt does the New Year's Eve every year at the Times Square. Did you know that? He runs that at New Year's Eve. He runs it. He's in the Winnebago calling the shots. Dennis Rosenblatt.
No, it was just a very fortunate alchemy of everybody coming together, and you just have to
not just the Zoo.
It doesn't happen all the time.
I'm still really close friends with Mike Sears, who was our production coordinator. And Joe Bowman, who did props, and Joe
Brad didn't Brad? What's his name?
Schwartz.
He became like a famous director, didn't he? Isn't it Bradley?
I ran into him a couple of years ago at a fundraiser.
Anyway, the names are all going to come to me afterwards, but.
There's so many people get involved, and you never know, though, just seeing from just a cast of 6 or 7, you never see all of the other people so involved with making this work.
You don't see where now and then you'd see a boom shot come in or something. I even imagine you'd see somebody disappearing behind a set or something. I don't think it was that lax, but it was almost that relaxed.
15 solid weeks.
There were people right there all around.
65 musical choreographed half hours.
Wow.
That's
and Kat, the choreographer. That was another one I was thinking of. I wonder where she is today. Kat.
Right, Kat.
Choreography, yeah. She would come in and give us a number. None of us, we would just quickly get it once and then improvise. And
you guys would.
Oh my gosh! But some of the things, the sets falling apart and costumes coming off and things like that we had to deal with that no one knew.
No, I love those I love putting those outtakes together, and I love watching them, and because it just reminded me.
Something really weird is happening on my Skype.
We all had.
I'm in slow motion.
Let's see if I got this question.
We do have one from. Let's see.
There you go.
Well, I got one over. What is? Oh, go ahead with yours.
He was curious about what the live show was like in the early 2000s.
We did a few different ones, and it got to the point where we actually were writing the scripts too. I wrote one of the scripts, and Forrest and Sandy worked together on some music. But they were different. We did a few live shows and a few different ones, and we would tour around. And we would play some big theaters and fill these theaters. And, it would be so exciting to get to the theater and see people gathering in front and big crowds. And just, it was...
we needed bodyguards.
What's that?
We needed bodyguards, as I recall. One of them that I was at anyway.
I remember doing a show in Boston where they actually had those police barricades.
And oh my gosh, that was such! They were standing around the block at the Children's Theater in Boston in the rain, waiting for us.
It was like the Zooblee Beatles.
I felt like we were rock stars.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Oh my God, it's Bravo Fox! Look up there, you're my favorite!
Probably like that now. I wonder. kids today would be, though. That's the thing. I know the parents who have grown up remember us, but I wonder if that's why Hallmark hesitates, because they don't know if it would be what it was, today. I don't think you could recast us and try to do it with special effects. That's the thing.
Right. But if you were to be recast in a reboot, I'd definitely watch it.
Definitely.
If you just sat around and said, well, what do you want to do today? I don't know. Let's watch TV. I'd still watch it.
And just being a nuclear family, a totally fun thing, husband and wife, Gary and Karen, and we're the kids, Michael, and then Sandy's the weird uncle, and Van Gogh has a son who would come to the sets and everything, and I was with Noble. I would love for him to, be not play Van Gogh, but play Van Gogh's son or something, something like that.
Yeah.
And the girl who played Who Dare, or the girl who played Was That When I Wasn't In, we get her to play Who Dare. Like, I'd love to bring back some of the guests who were on the show.
Abilities.
I mean, we could totally do a nuclear family sitcom with us just being totally straight, because they know who we are. And we're trying to get our show happening. That's what it could be about. Trying to get the schools back. We're like desperate artists.
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure.
Wearing our old costumes.
I'll tell all my friends to watch it too.
I say we do the video
All
game.
of your friends are right here in this house.
The video games.
Sorry.
But we are coming out with the second episode, guys, of the animated thing we did, We
yes, that's awesome.
Episodes, and we've got another one. It'll probably be coming out this year. So that's kind of...
We do keep getting sidetracked about the animated. And Forrest was the very last thing he did, yeah. Gosh, I really wish he was around today. He would have loved this event.
Of course he would. I feel he's very much here, though. I feel
yes, he is. He's there in spirits, and
he really,
you feel his presence. So
yeah, he really wanted the animation to happen.
Amazing dancer, incredible performer,
huge heart, very spiritual.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very spiritual. Wouldn't you say that? I mean, he was the Zen guy,
Oh wow! So he was good with
very grounding. Yeah, very grounding.
Yeah,
very calm always. Yeah.
Here's an interesting question. I bet that's never been asked amongst the Zoobles before. Sent in from Delos. Any radio amateurs among the Zoobles? Ham radio operators.
Oh.
Anybody know how to operate a ham radio?
No, I mean, I think it's fun. I've tried it before on a friend's ham radio, but no, I've never had one.
So you came close, but you were able to actually experience it.
Yeah,
just even from afar. But that's cool. What did you think of it?
It's fun.
Fun? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one from Sakana Katana, who says, did you get to keep your costumes or parts of costumes like the noses, the prosthetics that you would wear? Did you get to keep any of those?
I have a lot of noses. In fact, I brought my bucket of all my Zoobilee Zoo memorabilia out. I'll pull some out.
Oh, good.
I have a lot of noses. And,
wow.
We went through costumes, more than one costume, and I did actually get to keep one of mine, probably by accident.
Really?
And that's probably why Lookout Bear actually, was it a couple years ago, did the ALS challenge, the ice bucket challenge.
Right. I remember that.
Put that on.
I actually thought you were going to come in costume today. I would have laid money on it. You were going to.
Now I've got whiskers. It just would look kind of freaky, wouldn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
But like I said, you're growing your natural fur. So, I mean, it's your natural fur's coming in after all these years.
But in the new sitcom that we're going to use.
I got some going too.
we got to work with that, Michael. We got to keep your beard and make it look out. Just we're all like 10 years older. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
You'd have white hair, Gary.
It's not about you, Lookout. It's about your Cubs.
One white white streak. That's right. Edwin missing teeth.
Yeah. Oh, who's this with the cool eyes?
Oh, that's a fox.
Yes, I am the solo fox, and I can hypnotize you with my eyes.
He looks very Bravo-ish. He does. He does look like you, Gary.
I know.
Look at the screen.
He with cataract surgery.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Only these eyelights help me see better.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, we could always use a few extra foxes here.
You're wearing the new radiation contact lenses.
That's true. That's right. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. Yeah, they help me see at night. I got headlights, They help me see down the highway to make sure I don't get run over. Because, roadkill's really dead. Yeah, you want to make sure you don't become roadkill there. In fact, you got to fix your eyes a little. They know they're on the loose. So, but yeah, he's going to be having a very serious role in our Christmas special, to which your eyes will be deceiving you in that special. I don't know. Oh, it's nice, like Nady.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that's going to be revealed in our Christmas special, which no spoilers potential. What do you need? No spoilers. I'll do my best, but I won't make any promises. You will make a promise, because I don't want you to give any spoilers to our special. Got it? You promised me this time. I promise. Don't worry. Talking to you afterwards. I'll tell you everything. No.
I am me. Michael, what do you have?
There you go. Hey,
my noses are packed away.
Oh no!
They're tucked away. Oh
Michael, you gave me some
postcards.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
I've got some of those still. I think that's all I've got, and I've got some of the noses you gave me. I've got.
What about this?
Oh wow!
Hey.
Zoobilee Zoo puzzles.
Oh my goodness!
Oh wow, that is so awesome!
I didn't even know they had that. So there's your game, Gary. Now we can create Zoobilee Zoo game.
Yeah.
Make it a video game.
I have 2 puzzles still in the wrappers.
How about napkins?
Oh,
you guys are great.
Look
How
at
about
all that merchandise.
Zooblee Zoo tablecloth?
Wow.
Wow.
You know what we should do?
That's like Twister.
So cool.
We should have our own merchandise like that. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you know what it would take to put Pawpets on merchandise like that? Who's going to do that? I could.
Sponsor.
You could. Sponsors. There you go. Sponsor. Hey, we can get sponsorship. I don't know who would want to sponsor Pawpets though. You never know.
Now that is a cool keychain. I like that.
Oh, that is great.
That is super, superifically cool.
This is the original Writer's Bible.
Wow, that's a good one to have.
Are you
the original Writer's Bible?
Tell me the names. Are there any names on there you could read out of of who wrote Zoobilee Zoo, so we could?
Let's see. Here's Zooblee Zoo is an entertaining program for preschool youngsters, providing stimulating and enriching experiences to help children develop important social skills.
I didn't really do that. I tell you that.
How to use this guide. This was just the writer's guide, so it gives you the series overview, and it's broken into. Let's see what do we mean by creativity? Tour of the land called Zoobilee Zoo, the Tunnel of Surprise, the musical element, character profiles, additional characters, more about our Zooble actors. What is that? Page 35.
What's that, Mike? Oh!
Oh wow!
Is that a measure how tall you are?
No, that's a growth ruler.
Yeah, and look whose it is.
Nessa! Oh, how is Nessa?
Nessa is Lookout's daughter.
That's right.
Oh.
Who's just gorgeous.
Nice.
Piece de resistance. I've got, I think, all of my original scripts.
Oh my!
Wow.
All right, there's an auction coming up, isn't there?
I don't know if I can part with it.
Oh,
there you go.
Well, you can always make copies of the script or something.
True.
Yeah, I could. One of my favorites.
The original script I have is Bravo's Puppets because I wrote it.
I have your puppets.
Speaking about writing,
yeah, I raised money.
Speaking about
for
you
my
and Caleb.
book.
Yeah, and I was the first person to make an offer for them, and isn't that neat?
Absolutely.
That's how we sort of hooked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of the blue, I saw it. I went, I'll buy them. Yeah, I've got them still.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Those are
somewhere very
a huge
safe.
market for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you'd love them, Brett. They're Zooble puppets. They're puppets that Gary made with his partner Caleb for that one episode where we do the puppet show.
The puppeteer, yeah.
And they're. I think my character was the only one because I was watching.
You were the live accompanist to our puppet show.
But we have a puppet Van Gogh and a puppet Bravo and a puppet Talkatoo and a puppet Lookout. Yeah.
All dressed as Peer Gynt.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Look at this. This is a shooting schedule that I found.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
What is the
What time did we get up? Tell me what the call time is. So that
do you have a call time on that one?
The Zoobers know it.
Call times were like 4 or 5 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
So, which means you have to get up
I
at
would
2.
sometimes go home. I was so tired at the end of the day that I wouldn't get all the glue off my face from the wig, and I'd wake up and the pillow would come with me.
Well, if you fall asleep behind the wheel, you got a pillow right there handy. That's what I call handiwork. That's already handy there.
It wasn't
I had it easy compared to you, Gary. We had it easy.
I can imagine, yeah.
But that's all right. It was so worth it. Oh,
I'm getting all my stuff out.
Oh, hello.
I have that one right. Yeah.
Look at that.
You could get a small fortune for these on eBay, you know, Mike.
You
I have the very first full-page ad in Variety saying "Welcome to Zoobilee Zoo."
Woo.
And Gary, I loved that ad, and mine got water damaged in my garage, and I had to post that.
I'll see if I can scan it and get you a copy of it.
I'd love it. And do you remember when we first went on the air? We had all these ads in TV Guide, color ads, and some black and white. Yeah. But you'd open up TV Guide, and there would be Bravo Fox pose, watch Zooblee Zoo. It was really cool.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Here's promotion stuff. When we weren't working, we were doing promotion.
Here's from LA Parent Magazine.
Oh, yeah, great.
It's great.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's a cool
Let's
picture.
do it. Zooblee Zoo.
That's great.
Of course, it's old news now.
Really, I really think nowadays there's a place for this show. I really do.
1986.
Oh, yeah.
I got my folder.
Modernized.
Yeah, I got my folder.
You can modernize it, or you can just stick to the basics of what made it so great to begin with, and we'll still love it. We'll still watch it.
That's not you.
That's not me. That's.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
There's our buddy.
Look at that.
Hi, Van Gogh.
All the things that you can keep, and look at him. Oh, we lost him way too early.
Ben Vereen would love to do the show again. I know he would. He'd love to do a Broadway version, I think, which I think would.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which,
one-man show.
I think I don't know. He was doing that.
Oh, here's the station guide for when the show first launched.
Wow.
How many places
the affiliate stations the show was on Fox when Fox was a brand new channel.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that time. It was.
Party Cup.
Wow. That is so cool. We kept all of this stuff.
Wasn't Fox now? I'm trying to think back to when I lived in Los Angeles. Wasn't Fox first? Out in Los Angeles, it was KTLA, wasn't it? Or no, that was Channel 5. KTTV. That's it. Because I remember it was on Channel 11. Yeah. And then that switched to Fox, but it's like KTTV and KTLA is 5. I remember that one.
Then the syndication all fell through, and we got picked up by PBS.
Right. And then the Learning Channel and the Hallmark Channel.
The Hallmark Channel now. Yep. And so is that who owns like all the rights now? Is the Hallmark Channel?
Hallmark Properties owns it.
Hallmark Properties. Yep.
Yeah.
So send a greeting card and all your edits. Send a letter saying that these Zoobles are ready to perform again. That's right, and get together.
Bring back Zooblee Zoo.
Bring Doug Zoobilee Zoo.
With the original Zoobles.
Did you guys see the stickers? I got a bunch of these stickers.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is really cool. I love that.
Wow.
I'm a Zoobaroo. Now this one's for Gary. From Laura, I know Gary wrote an episode. Were there any other behind-the-scenes contributions from the cast, like songwriting, directing, choreographing that you've done?
I actually wrote an episode, music and the script, and
Nice.
I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but they didn't use my script and my songs, but an episode very similar came out a few weeks later called Look Out Super Zooble.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You did the pitch, but you didn't write the script.
Well, I wrote a script that was remarkably similar to the one that they gave us.
You know, that's very funny because my second novel, The Benji Loper Caper, is all about somebody who steals a script and puts their name on it.
Really?
Really?
I didn't say anyone stole it.
No, well, we don't have to. It's show business.
Didn't you write a song that was in, Michael? There was a song that you wrote?
You guys would
I
tap
wrote
it,
songs
though.
for that show, but they didn't use my songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking we could use that in the animated
Sure.
version. Yeah, like maybe we should talk. I'm looking for a song.
Yeah.
So I'll
Here's an idea from Flower Girl that comes in. How about doing like a huge get-together in California where everybody comes together and does signings and meet and greets and stuff like that in California?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll go out to it. Sure, yeah. Show me the way.
I'll show up. Fly me down from Toronto when it's freezing cold. I'll be there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We'll all go there to California because that's my old stomping grounds too. In fact, I used to live not far from where you guys were filming Zoobilee Zoo in San Fernando.
Oh yeah.
I was just over in Canyon Country. I was just right next door to you guys.
Sure.
What is that, Michael? What is that?
It was a bag. It's
What
a
is
mesh
that?
bag.
Yellow.
And I don't think there were very many of these, and they were made for some
The
appearance.
potatoes? The killer potato sack? It looks like the killer potatoes.
No, but it's
watch out! The Idahoans are coming to dinner.
No, that's
and it has a
I've
drawstring.
never seen any of that. I've never seen that.
Wow,
No,
there it is.
Oh, me either. I like
Yeah.
that.
There weren't many of these, and I grabbed them.
Wow.
Pretty
That's
neat.
like a
No,
Christmas
you
dog.
grid.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Let's all go to the next Comic-Con, get a booth,
There you go.
and just like wave at people, say we were big in the '80s.
Yeah.
I'll bet you get a swarm of people who remember Zoobilee Zoo will just crowd around going, "Oh my God, I remember this show. Oh my God, it's the Zoobles." And then it'll be like the Beatles all over again. You'll be chased all over the place. All hell down.
Paraphernalia, we could put it all up and they'd know who we are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of shows out in LA that do that sort of thing. I'm not sure if Hollywood Collector Show is still going, but they were one place that I used to go to a lot. There was another show out in Burbank that I used to go to a lot as well. It was another autograph show, but there's like tons of those in California. So I'm pretty sure if you guys were really interested in appearing in California for some, it should be easy to find one. And I'm sure that they would love to have you guys.
Maybe, Brett, you could send me a list of those. Because I'm kind of
I could do that. I'll definitely look into that for you if you wish.
Yeah, send me just like top 5. And
There he is.
look at that.
What is that?
Oh, look at that! Wow.
I've got tons of.
Look at that happy
Oh, those
face.
are the videos.
I got.
Those are the videotapes.
I think I have a couple of whole sets. They're great, and now
This
my
is like
friend,
a look back in time.
yeah, it really is. And a lot of
And
my friends.
they're bootlegged, right? They're bootlegged. They're
No,
not
they're
out by Hallmark. They're not Hallmark videos, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God.
Hallmark
Yeah.
videos, really?
Released
let them know,
by
'cause I don't
Columbia
have-
TriStar, but yeah,
Maybe
These
you've
are
got
the
the
original
masters.
episodes.
no, these are all over the place. This was the first series of tapes that Hallmark released, and then after these ones, and there are like 13 of these, I think, with like 3 episodes each on them, and then they released a set that looked like this, and I think there are 4 in this set. And
Wow.
these are Hallmark released these ones on their own. They released these ones through Columbia TriStar. But somebody did release a bootleg set of DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I know that unfortunately there's something about the originals that got lost, like destroyed, something really horrible. And
But, you know,
that usually happens.
I know somebody who has a set of originals. Unless I'm pretty sure Bob Liptak has a whole set.
I don't think Bob has the originals, no.
Oh.
Bob
He used to.
No, I know he doesn't. I know for a fact he doesn't have the original.
Because remember, he worked Brett, this friend of ours, Bob Liptak, worked for the station in Chicago where Zoobilee Zoo was on.
It's huge.
And every day, what they used to do is he would have to download the episode that was going to play that day. So he had a set of the whole series.
Are those originals if they're downloaded though? Isn't that the next generation?
Yeah, that's how the station would run them. The station would have to get a signal.
I was in touch with Bob a few years ago, and I don't know. He's probably watching this now, but Bob, if you're watching this, get in touch with me if you have originals. But my understanding was that he couldn't find them, or something happened to his as well. He gave me some of them, and they were a little bleepy, a little funky. They were a little funky.
Yeah, I recorded the whole series off of the TV. So they have the original, like Teddy Ruxpin commercials and all of those things.
I heard those.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you just can't make a clean DVD with that stuff.
No. Yeah, that's the sad part about it. I mean,
fun.
It's not gonna be full screen. It's not gonna be HD. But I mean, you could try. But I mean, just for archival and nostalgia purposes, I think it would do as a standalone. It just wouldn't be in HD.
There's so much on YouTube.
That's the only drawback.
That's
free.
I don't think people even DVDs are kind of out now.
Really, it's all streaming.
Well, we're on Blu-ray now, so we're up to Blu-rays. But here's a question coming back from Ty. He was really thankful for the shout-out, by the way. He wanted to send his thanks for that.
Hi, Ty. You're welcome, Ty.
Yeah, and he has a question.
Ty? What's Ty?
Ty is our friend over in Delaware. He lives in Delaware, and so he's a big fan of the show. He loves all the Zoobles, and we talk about Zoobilee Zoo all the time. He is a true Zoobaroo.
Well, again, I extend an invitation to anybody, Ty included, that wants to be in the real Zoobaroo group. It's very exclusive. It's a secret group on Facebook, and it's where all Zoobaroos get together who were raised on the show, and it's really a nice, big, extended family. So
yeah, once again, anybody, like Ty, if you're interested, or anybody out there that's watching who wants to be a part of this, go ahead and join. Just send Stevie Valance or Was That Kangaroo a message saying, I'm here and I want to be a Zoobaroo in the group, and she'll let you in.
We'll figure it out.
Excellent. Hey, you know what? I should get a Facebook page.
Whose dog is that?
How do you get a Facebook page? You don't have posable thumbs to type. I fake it. You fake it? I fake it. How do you fake typing? Easy. I make a lot of mistakes. Typos, yeah, but it's hard to read through the blah blah blah. I don't know what that means though. Ooh, this looks stuck. You know what I'm talking about, right? There you go. That's all it sucks is tight. We're mystery about that. It's a very, very solid mystery about what we're saying when we typed on a keyboard.
Who's that dog in the background? I hear a dog.
Oh, that would be Tessie. We have a little Shih Tzu out there in the living room, and she is the loudest dog on the planet, practically. I mean, she has blown out our hearing.
I'm a dog freak.
You'd love Tessie. She is so adorable, and she'll jump up on your lap, lick your face. With your she does.
Bearded dragon.
Yeah, she does.
Bearded dragon.
It didn't get along at first because she was a little jealous.
Hanging on you.
Yeah,
like a bro. I just love this thing.
This is what she does when she wants to cuddle.
It's just so sweet. She's so close to you.
You would actually love it. Here, let me put Potential down for a minute. And I don't mean it like that, Potential. But let me show you the most beautiful picture I've ever taken of Bowsy. And here it is. It's a nice, beautiful smile that she has.
Oh, she's beautiful. What an 8x10. That's a glossy. Oh, so gorgeous.
Wow.
And so this is a
feeling creature.
And she's just look, there she is on the first day at the job. She's at the office. She's working hard.
That's great.
But yeah, bearded dragons are loaded with personalities, and their body language can tell you all about their world, and they invite you right into their world. And a lot of the times they love to cuddle and keep warm with their owners, and it all depends on how you raise them, how much love you give them, and how much how much you really bond together to develop the bearded dragon.
What's her name again? What's her name?
Her name's Bowsy.
Bowsy. Okay, I got to write that down. Now, how do you cuddle how do you cuddle a bearded dragon? How do you cuddle Bowsy?
They cuddle you. They cuddle you.
I noticed you went under her neck. You went under her neck a little. She likes that.
Yes, she loves having her beard rubbed, and she's not too wild about having. She has one. Yep.
Oh,
if
I
you look
couldn't
up,
tell. Oh,
and this is the beard.
Is it fur?
No, it's scales. But when they get intimidated, they puff out. So if they ever get intimidated, you'll notice their beards will puff out.
She's looking at me.
She is. She loves the camera. And she loves posing for pictures.
And the camera loves her.
And the camera loves her. Yes. She doesn't break any cameras.
She has a lovely profile.
Can you smile?
Oh, she's just so great. I just like. Does she get along with your dog?
She does, and she gets along great with our cats too. We have 2 cats that absolutely adore her.
Animals adapt. Look at the Zoobles.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. Look at the Zoobles. Hey, Bowsy, look, see.
You know what's so neat? I have to tell you is that since we did the Zoobles, there's been this new demographic of people called furries.
Oh yes.
Do you realize, Gary and Michael, we are furries? We are like the real thing. And there's a huge following of furries.
Furry pioneers.
Zoobilee Zoo, like the furry.
I have been contacted.
And you happen to be talking to a great deal of them, actually, tonight on tonight's show, actually.
So I want to shout out to all the furries, because without the furries, we wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't still be alive.
Right.
So thank you, furries.
And I would like to know exactly how many furries became furries through Zoobilee Zoo. I mean, that's pretty awesome, too.
It makes me wonder if maybe we didn't kind of start a little bit or influence it a little, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not hip enough to know what they're all about, but I have to tell you, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued with furries, you know, and I am a furry. I think we all are deep down.
Actually,
in a way, you know, we all do have that personality. But yeah, back to Ty's question really quick, because I kind of got sidetracked with Bowsy, and it's easy to do.
Ty.
That's okay. He asked, did anyone, or this is actually from his mom, and she had a question. Did anybody in the group through Van Gogh, did anybody pick up a knack for painting or any other artwork or of any kind like that? You know, just being around, you know, like the especially having a character who's big on paintings like Van Gogh was. Did anybody like pick up a knack for arts or appreciation for art?
I'm terrible at drawing and painting. That's not one of my talents at all. But I know
it's more a question for the Zoobaroos. That's right. I think the Zoobaroos might have been influenced, Mike. Yeah, more than the Zoobles. But I'd like to pose the question to the Zoobaroos: has anybody been influenced by us, either, you know, painting or whatever it is? That's what I would love to. I would love to sit and ask Zoobaroos that and say, what direction did your life go, and can you attribute any of it to watching Zoobilee Zoo? That would be my question. Yes. I'm dying to know, you know.
Well, I've already established that earlier in saying that the show did have a humongous impact on the way I view my adulthood. Some of the activities I would look past some of my influences from back then, and then base my techniques based on what I saw in things like Zoobilee Zoo and stuff like that. Where there's just a whole mix of different colorful characters, and each one of them being unique on their own. And then I try to pick out, you know, what it is that I like, that I can do so, you know, as good as I can, and just turn it into a labor of love, and, you know, see how, you know, the influence of what I saw back then had an impact of how I do things in real life here. And I must say, you know, that I pay particular attention to acting techniques, or basically how to speak properly, you know, without the whole bunch of ums. You know, in radio broadcasting, you really have to be wary of those words. You know, you can't really use those in a broadcast. So, you know, who is that inspiration? You know, maybe, you know, somebody would be inspired by other, like, great radio personalities beforehand, you know. So, I mean, I had a lot of influences based on the things that I do nowadays. So I could definitely say that a lot of it did come from Zoobilee Zoo. A lot of it did come from watching television, watching variety shows like, you know, American Bandstand, you know, looking at Dick Clark and how he would announce everybody, and listening to radio programs with Carol Burnett, how wacky she was. Yeah. And Chevy Chase, how he would take a fall and then just get up like nothing would ever happen and just laugh it off. You know, things like of that nature, you know, where, you know, you see somebody doing something and you're like, wow, I want to try that and see if I can, see if I can do this, and then find your way to, you know, put your own twist on things, you know. And so I feel that
for everything there is in existence today had to have come from somebody beforehand, and it's just the way that the legacy just keeps going on and on. And I'm just really thankful to say that
Zoobilee Zoo.
a lot of mine came from Zoobilee Zoo. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. But I think, apart from what we did, like for our careers or our vocation,
right.
The message through Zoobilee Zoo, there were like deep messages like honesty. And I remember in the Blue Ribbon Zoobel where was trying to pretend that she made the cookies. Bless you.
Yeah.
And kindness. And but it didn't come from a sort of preachy place. It came from we were real people. We were really, making mistakes ourselves and fumbling through life and coming up with, the moral of the story is, and it wasn't really in your face like dictating to you to be.
Right. It didn't throw it in your face.
So special too. It made good people, like kindness. Kindness was really what it was all about. Kindness to each other, no matter what.
Right.
And
I felt a lot of that too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what made it so special. Was that it wasn't preachy, and.
No,
I try not to be. I try not to be on the Puppet Show, but sometimes, when we get into certain situations, and it does seem that some of the skits do take us into a preachy bit, but I try not to, and it's I know people know better, and a lot of us are adult white viewers, but it's just how you accept what you see and how you interpret it as your own advices, and and Zoobilee Zoo was really good about it.
Yeah, it showed jealousy, it showed anger, it showed disappointment, it showed, competitiveness, right. It showed human nature through the Zoobles,
right,
but
exactly.
Because we're animals and anthropomorphic, whatever we were.
Well, we were a community, and I think the idea of community, it really is, that's a message we still need every day, to be a
right.
part of the group, to be and to be inclusive.
Yeah. So that pretty much answers the question that Dragon. Well, yeah, that's true too. Well, that pretty much answers the question Dragonhead had, because he asks, "How would you describe the show to somebody who's never seen it?" And I think Stevie, you nailed it right on the head there. It wasn't preachy; it was natural. There were so many natural aspects of the show that were brought on just nice and calmly. That it was there for the viewer to interpret however they see fit, and allow it to become a part of their lives, and it was taken in a very positive way, and now you can see the results of that even 30 years later, where people are remembering it, and they're remembering just all the fond memories that they had watching it.
I gave birth to a lot of kind people, not just about what they did in life as a vocation.
Right.
I'm saying like really good people. I know the people that are on the group and the fans that I meet. They're good people, and
they are. They really are.
Say, I feel like in a way, the writers and all the people that put Zoobilee Zoo together gave us a chance to kind of parent our audience without again being preachy.
Without harsh parenting.
Yeah, like
it was done in a fun way.
Yeah, in a human way, and because we were part animal, even that made it softer. It softened the message, I think.
Well, it was soft because of all that fur going around, but that just makes it all the more merrier.
We made mistakes. All of us did. And we forgave each other. I mean, even when we were doing it, that was happening. It wasn't in the script. I mean, there wasn't time to have drama or hold grudges.
Yeah. Oh, and a Me 2K or a Me 3K here says, is bringing up somebody, I think, secret, asks if you could do like, somebody can, let's see, what is he asking here? I think I'll ask the question here. Would it be possible? We mentioned going to a shows in California
to get some reunions going, get some signings going, and all that. What about furry conventions? Because you mentioned about being part of the furry community.
I think that's a great idea. If anybody could get us to go to furry conventions, I think that would be a great place for us all to go. But we would need to get some costumes made, and
Right.
I think that could be something I could ask the Zooberoos. If there's anybody who would be into making our costumes again, that's really what we need in order to be able to show
You'll
up.
find tons of people who are talented at that. Right
just
within our
get in
fandom,
touch
they'll
with-
have lots of
Get
them.
in touch with me, or any one of us. And honestly, don't you agree, Gary and Michael, that we would do it again, and even just as a spoof, but showing up at some of the conventions in costume, especially
the furries who I know who have invited me to do certain things. Those things are of a very adult nature. And so I don't know the furry community that well, but I have been approached by some people who call themselves furries to be a part of more adult situations. That
the adult things, though, those are usually like private things. They're not usually like like in public or anything. No, but what I was referring to in the aspect of furry conventions is like maybe appearing as guests of honor. Where they go in, they'll talk about their experience of Zoobilee Zoo. They'll all get together. They'll do signings or they'll
like
do
a panel,
presentations. They'll do panels and seminars type things.
Spectacular if we were in costume.
Yeah,
it would be,
and it really is fun for the whole family. I mean, the things that you get approached for to do the adult stuff, that's always like. A bunch of people who just are curious if they can perform certain acts of that nature, but it isn't what a furry con is all about. Let me tell you.
Look at Gary's face.
That's not what the con is all about. Though.
I'm kind of lost. I'm not familiar with the furry community. So
there's a huge. I'll just tell you. The furry community has had a lot of bad press over the years because you get these reporters that go into these places. They do bad reports, and they only cling to things that they know will sell. Yeah. So they exploit the wrong things for the wrong reasons, but they don't tell anybody about the joys that you can find at a furry convention. I mean, a lot of these places are family oriented. You'll see young furries, older furries, parents, families, and I mean they try to make it as family friendly as possible, especially one that is right over here in Pittsburgh called Anthrocon. That is the biggest one in the whole country. So I would say, for the demographic, for what it's worth, that would probably be the best one to strive for.
It sounds
again. I think great for our.
It's not cosplay, right?
Furries have to go.
It's everybody wanting to dress up in costumes.
Yeah, it's a cosplay thing, but it's also it's like as Stevie once said, it's like it's a furry thing to be able to get into costume, to express yourself as a different character, to be able to act out that character. And
I'm just talking about being half animal and half human. That's all. I'm not talking about whatever
that too.
Customs, about reproducing.
No. That's never. I'm a that's. I don't bring up that subject. That's I don't even engage in that, and I'm furry.
But
so
I can definitely relate to the anthropomorphic person, or whatever crowd. That I could relate to.
We could do. I think it would be really fun to do a whole panel on Zooble husbandry.
You mean the bedding that you put down on the floor?
I just love cracking Gary up. One of my favorite things to do in life is to make Gary Schwartz laugh. I know it. If I can make Gary laugh, I know it's funny.
Oh my God!
Well, see what it was like working on the Zoobles.
I can definitely see now.
It was like impossible to not be laughing all day with these guys.
Actually, we do have a question from one of the viewers. His name is Slushy Wolf. He was asking what your favorite episode was.
Well, we all have different ones. So, I mean, probably the ones that featured our character. My favorite, of course, is the one where I sing "You Are What You Think You Are." It's been the theme song for my whole life. What was that called? The one, Gary, where I dressed up the princess and the pea.
Yeah, You're the Star.
It was the first episode.
Yeah, I remember that one.
A Star is Born. A Star is Born.
Yeah.
And also the Tooth Fairy. and the Blue Ribbon Zooble. Those would be my three. But it's hard. You know, the ones with Sandy and everything were amazing too. But I think
my favorite one was called Bravo Come Home, where I got to play Bravo, who goes to Hollywood, and then he doubles as his German director brother.
Really?
I
that was great.
That was fun. That was fun to do, that one.
Yeah, that was really good. Gave you a challenging, two roles to play in a way, two sides of you. That was great.
There were so many good ones. There were a couple of ones that we all know were like not good. Not good, but just bland.
The sing-alongs. We ran out of scripts for the sing-alongs, didn't we? We just ran out of scripts.
Mary Jo directed some of the sing-along ones.
Oh yeah.
Although I'll never forget when they.
I thought I'd go crazy in those.
When they typed in the teleprompter, grabbed that catfish right by the balls, and Karen just sang it without knowing that's what it was.
Thing they do to us. That's a good memory, Gary.
Tell the story, Gary. We know it. Louise and I know the story, but tell Brett and them. That was funny.
Oh my goodness. Well, so we have to sing all of these songs on this Zooble sing-along, and the teleprompter is scrolling up the words, and Karen is just so she's singing grab that catfish right by the something, but they wrote grab that catfish right by the balls, and she kept singing along, and meanwhile we start cracking up, and she's looking around going, what?
She didn't even catch it at first.
What she had said. And that's in one of the outtakes, and we're all just falling on the ground laughing. That was a great memory. I love when I played a gorilla in one episode.
I love that one.
Camping, and we staged a great outtake where, she's sleeping next to this gorilla, and then the next shot is we're cuddled up together smoking cigarettes, and she's going, "Was it good for you?" And
I remember seeing
that was an outtake.
Gorilla head. Yeah, we did a staged outtake.
What the heck was up with the one where you see the Bravo Fox character and you just see like what looked like smoke coming out the back end, and I'm just like,
We had a smoke machine and a whoopee cushion, and I had somebody go up and to the microphone, and I took the hose from the smoke machine and tucked it under my tail. And then when they squirted smoke out my tail, somebody on the microphone squeezed the whoopee cushion and made a loud farting noise.
Of all of the hijinks that ensue on the set of Zoobilee Zoo, it's amazing.
Oh, we had a blast with that stuff. I remember the episode with the famous chicken. That was a fun episode.
Oh, the San Diego chicken. Yeah, I remember that.
Didn't he die recently?
No, he's still around.
Oh, okay, great.
He's still around, yeah. In fact, he showed up in Anthrocon. He went to Anthrocon.
He must be. That's great. Same guy, huh?
Oh, and same guy. Same guy's been doing it for years. I remember seeing him when I lived in Los Angeles. He was the same guy strutting around doing this thing, and I remember seeing him when I was a kid. And I used to love going to San Diego. Used to love going to SeaWorld and Marineland and all those places, the zoo and everything. And one of the things I would love to see is like to get a glimpse of the San Diego chicken. And I saw him a few times while I was down there. It was just amazing. He brings out the fun in everyone.
It's so incredible the guests we had.
I was Sport Goofy for about a month.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah. On bloopers and practical jokes, I had to go out and.
Oh, that was a great show. That was you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. That was awesome. I remember that show. I haven't thought of that show in like years and years, but yeah, that was an awesome show. I used to love watching
McMahon that. And Dick Clark, and the guest star was Don Rickles.
Yep.
God.
And, she was an interesting guy.
Oh, Gary, how did this one coming in from G Show Guy? How does one get to be a great actor like Bravo Fox?
Impossible.
The answer.
You're either born with it or you don't have it. That's all.
Good question.
And from the same guy, from Michael, how does one get to be a brave adventurer like Lookout Bear?
You know, I really think that you're just born that way. And like Gary said, you know, Bravo is a born actor. And I grew up in a family of 5 brothers. And every day really was an adventure for us. You know, back in the days when we would leave the house early in the morning and not come back home till the streetlights went on. We had to be home when the streetlights came on. And now my daughter and her friends are indoors all day on their phones, texting. Yep. And the world's a different place, I think, because of it. But we grew up, and we would grab our bike, grab our skateboard, and be out. And every day really was an adventure.
Imagination.
I don't know that you learned. I don't know that you learned that. You know.
I wonder, you know, if the show would work
Dark
today.
generation.
Yeah, if the show, you know, kids would, you know, it'd be great. The parents would love Zoobilee Zoo, but I wonder if the kids would, you know, really be interested in not being in front of the computer and having their text and actually using their imagination. I wonder.
I think it would be a great opportunity to reintroduce kids to, you know, the joys of being outdoors and having adventures. And I recently wrote a script for schools called Screen Time, and it was all about what's happening to kids. And in the script, the kids actually turn into zombies because that's all, you know, they are always on their screens.
That would be interesting. Yeah, that's a heck of an adventure. Zombies.
Yeah. So the new kid comes to town and he lived out in the country where they played and stuff and taught all the kids how great it was to be outdoors and to work together, and team sports being such a big thing. And then, of course, all the zombies turned into kids again.
Wow.
There you go.
An interesting twist there. Yeah. And G Show Guy also says, by the way, Michael would make a great comic.
Thank you very much. Who said that?
G Show Guy.
Thank you, G Show Guy.
And he also asked, have you ever considered doing a kids show panel with characters from The Great Space Coaster, Fraggle Rock, among others? Because I know
a lot
there's
of people try to mix with ideas of you know, crossbreeds with the Zoobilee Zoo. I've noticed a lot of fans say, you know, Zooblee Zoo meets such and such, like Sonic Hedgehog or something. You know, it's
Well, we can do
there's a lot of
the new zoo review.
Hybrids.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
It'd be hard to get the rights for something like that. It'd be hard to get, you know, permission to mix that. That's all. Certainly be into it. It'd be cool.
But
maybe, you know, maybe a panel.
I'd love to go on tour with the Banana Splits.
Yeah,
that would be cool. That would be cool.
We need our
stuff. You know, speaking about Great Space Coaster, because you know the guy who had a big part in that goes to Anthrocon as well. In fact, he runs the Toonseum that's like right there in town. Wolf Dog, help me out here. I'm drawing a blank. What's his name again?
Jim Martin.
Jim Martin, thank you. I'm getting confused with all these Martins in my head. Jim Martin, who did Gary Gnu and who did a lot of he did a lot for the Great Space Coaster and also the Puzzle Place and among other things. He's on Sesame Street. He did a lot of things there. He had a big part in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 movie. So he worked really close with the Jim Henson production team. And he goes to Anthrocon. I think, does he still go to Anthrocon, or does he kind of iffy on that? Because I know he went there for years. After he became a guest of honor, he kept coming back because he was well received by everybody.
I don't know if
he had a great time.
I'm not sure if he still goes to Anthrocon. That's actually a really good question because I know.
But he's also, if anything, though, he does.
He's actually an assistant director for Sesame Street. Actually, right now,
right.
I don't know if I don't know if he's done anything. I don't know if they changed that or anything like that. But from my understanding was he was actually the assistant director for Sesame Street. So
yeah, that's one thing I heard too. But no, he would.
like when we were going there, because it was just getting way too expensive for me to go out anymore. So I hardly, I don't go there as often as I used to. In fact, I haven't gone there in the last 2 or 3 years. But the last time I was there, we were able to hang out with him. He helped us out in the puppetorium, so we did a lot of things together there. And we got a nice tour through the Toonseum. There's a lot of things to see and do over there, and he says it constantly changes over there. But he once said that he had such a great time at Anthrocon. Everybody treated him well. That he came back to help out with some of the panels, and he did puppetry panels. He had the little ping pong balls in the eyes, and with a little elastic strap that you put around your hand, and you can make your hand look like a long neck bird with these little googly eyes on the top, and then you can do like this. And so he got a whole bunch of those, and got everybody into putting these ping pong balls on your hand to make to give you an introduction to puppetry. And so he was well received with that, and he loved doing that. He loved appearing there. So I would think if the interest ever did come about, where if you guys wanted to appear alongside Great Space Coaster or something, he would be easy to contact. I'm pretty sure. Just reach the Toonseum. I'm pretty sure he still runs that.
Well, we're not really actively pursuing it, but if anybody wanted to approach us, I'm sure we'd be willing to make it happen, just like you did, Brett.
Yeah.
I know I've got a really busy life as a director now, and I don't have very much time. But
believe me, I know.
So I don't really pursue these things, but I do think it would be wonderful if there was somebody out there who did want to look us up, and we'd all make it happen for them. If they wanted to organize it for us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, though, that can't be me, because I too am a director too, and I'm do all the productions and stuff. So.
For anybody who's watching, or anything like that, I think we'd love to do anything. I think that message is pretty clear. I have to get going, actually.
Okay.
I actually wanted to just ask Michael and Gary what's coming up with you guys. What's going on up with your future, Gary? What's come on the near future for you? Anything on the horizon?
Well, let's see. Like I said, I'm going to be teaching improv workshops in England and Finland and Sweden in January. I'm going to be directing a show here in my little town of North Bend in March, and then heading to Australia in April. But I do want to urge anybody who's out there watching to get a copy of my book, either the physical book, King of Average, or the audio book, which I recorded.
Oh, nice.
And please, if you read it, put a nice review on Amazon for me. I'm trying to sort of launch my career as an author these days, so that's what I'm up to.
Do they just Google Gary Schwartz, or how do they?
Yeah, you can either go to my website, gary-schwartz.com, or look up The King of Average on Amazon.com. It's available, but if you go to my website, I do autographed copies of the book, and you get a free audio DVD of the book. So visit my website.
I still think you should do Bravo's School of Acting.
Yeah,
I think you're going to. You came up with that for kids. A Bravo School of Acting.
Yes, I will. People have asked me if I could record, messages on their phone as this character or that character. And sometimes I get Bravo Fox, and sometimes I get some of these video game characters that I do. So that's what I'm up to. And sometimes I drop down to Los Angeles and I'll poke in. Mike, are you still there below the airport?
Yeah, well, actually, I just sold that house and moved to another part of Burbank, but it's close enough. So I would love to see you when you come to town for sure.
Oh, wonderful,
you too,
wonderful,
Louise. Yeah.
Send me where you are now, and we'll get together.
Okay, great. Love it.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm missing too is catching a flight into Burbank, meeting up with all my family and my friends that I used to hang out with, my old stomping grounds. Look me up,
Brett, when you come to Burbank, look me up.
I sure will.
as a matter of fact, I don't know. What is your eating habits? Are you a vegetarian, meat eater? What do you like? You like fast food?
I was a vegetarian for 20 years. And
Really?
in fact, when we were doing Zoobilee Zoo, when we first were doing it, I was a vegetarian. And I remained a vegetarian for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, I started craving meat again. And what it was Kentucky Fried Chicken, of all things.
Oh, wow.
Craving. And so I think my body was telling me I needed that protein, and I started eating meat again. So I am now officially carnivore again.
Nice. So, I mean, do you do like the occasional fast food run or anything like that?
Unfortunately, occasionally I do.
Well, I mean, it's okay if your body can tolerate it and you have the capacity to accommodate it. The one thing that I wanted to and was kind of curious about is there's a restaurant that I dearly, dearly love. Every time I come to Burbank, I always go to it. It's out in Van Nuys, but pretty close to Burbank. And it's out on Roscoe Boulevard. It's the original Tommy Burger right across the street from the Anheuser-Busch factory. No better place in the world to eat. If you're looking for a really good chili burger, chili cheeseburger, chili fries, they make it all. They make everything so delicious and so mouthwatering. It is so good.
You're making me hungry.
I know, and I'm making myself hungry too. And I would love to just, I mean, every time I go there, one of the things that I always have to mark on my to-do list is eat a Tommy Burger.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I love it. I love that stuff. I'm craving it even now. That's how good that food is.
Maybe I'll go get one tonight in your honor, Brett.
That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Chili cheeseburger, chili fries. I always order. Well, I actually something, but I ordered the double chili cheeseburger. That's the double one, and the. Oh yeah, I go all out. I go all out when I go there.
Before you go, so what are you doing?
Bowsy is climbing all over my puppet.
I'm having Skype. Michael's frozen.
Yeah.
I can
Michael
hear
froze.
you, Gary. You're jagged. Did somebody say something to me?
I just asked, what shows are you directing? What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, I know you're doing tuned in.
Well, I have an ongoing workshop that I teach, tuned in workshops, but I'm getting too busy to do that now. I just finished 2 years directing all the voices on a Nickelodeon show called The Mysticons, and it's about 4 superhero girls who live in a futuristic New York City, kind of like Blade Runner meets Sex and the City. It's great. It just came out on Nickelodeon, Mysticons. And right now, I just started a show for another animation company called Big Blue, and it's about an underwater world, like Star Trek underwater. It's like a whole universe underwater. It doesn't explain that they're not breathing. They're kind of like human creatures that I guess have gills. Nobody ever mentions the fact that they're able to live underwater. But they kind of go around in an underwater Star Trek, what was the name of the ship? The ship. But it's a submarine. It's an Enterprise submarine, basically. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm lucky that I can live in Toronto and do U.S. co-productions and get to hang with my dad, who's 88. So I'm spending time with him up here and getting to, work on animation. So I feel very lucky.
Well, my writing mentor, the person who's sort of guided me in my writing for last couple of years, she lives in Toronto. She's an author in Toronto. So if I ever get a chance to come up and visit, we will definitely have to get together.
Absolutely. It would be great, Gary. I would love it if you would come up. Just don't come in the winter. You'll hate it.
Yeah.
Schenectady. I know the Northeast winter.
Oh, okay.
That's true, yeah, because it does get cold up in New York, and especially in upstate and areas like, especially up in Schenectady, because I've been through there, and yeah, it can get pretty cold there.
Yep.
But in 10 days, I'm singing at a jazz concert, and I'm just getting my vocal chops going and singing jazz, and so
yeah.
Kinda. Three amazing musicians and a really nice. And so I'm singing songs from my 4 CDs. I have 4 jazz CDs, but I haven't sung since my mom passed about 4 years ago. So I'm kind of nervous, but it's coming up in 10 days. And in fact, that's what I'm going back to. I'm like already nervous. I got to sing for 2 hours every day just to get my chops back. So I mean, if you don't do it, it goes away. So.
Well, would thinking about the times of Zoobilee Zoo and playing Was That Kangaroo, the musical Kangaroo, do you think that would actually kind of help bring the shyness, like sort of bring the more of the outgoing you out, and putting the shyness at bay a little bit, like kind of like delve into character beforehand.
Shyness. I am Was That. So when I'm not really shy, No, I'm very comfortable in front of an audience, and in fact, I'm probably more comfortable on stage, than probably being in the crowd. So just because, I like that. I like feeling the vibe of a audience and everything. So singing and the music and what I'm getting back to now is making me feel so whole. It's like I'm finding myself again. As I say, I was just voice directing animation for like the last 4 or 5 years, and I kind of lost myself. As much as I love doing it, and I love giving people opportunity and casting and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's very much like musical comedy animation. It's the same kind of heightened energy, the same kind of let's put on a show. It's bigger than life. But to actually be in front of an audience and actually going to that meditative place where you're hearing the music, I had forgotten who I was. It's bringing me back to Was That, or myself. That wasn't part of me. So I hadn't. That sounds very corny and like I'm like esoteric or something. But it truly has been like I'm being reborn to do this jazz again. So to sing, to get back to music. So I'm very happy about that. And just doing
is really good.
Yeah, just a hobby right now, and then we're going to start finishing up this second episode of the animated Zoobles.
There you are.
I'd love to get that going. I would love to get an animated Zoobilee Zoo, because Gary, you could record where you are. Michael, you could record in LA. I can, Ben Vereen can record in New York, and we can just edit all our voices together. So it would be very, very practical and very doable, I would think. So we'll keep hammering away at that, and hopefully Hallmark will maybe give us the rights to be able to actually, go out and get a network and stuff like that to be able to put it on. But anyway, that's my dream.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I do really wish you the best of luck in that area. I really hope Hallmark does pick it up and does pick up interest, and they do realize, hopefully, that they'll get to realization that there are still many of us Zoobilee Zoo fans out there who love the show, remember the show, embrace the show, and would love to see more new things.
Be modernized. It's the idea of it being modernized, and so those kind of principles I'm trying to introduce through the animation to show that there are Zell phones and Zoogle and stuff like that. And having fun with the Z and stuff.
Skype, there you go, Skype.
Stuff like that, exactly. Like
I love that, Skype.
Yeah, so I'm using all the ideas from the Zooberoos that are in the group on Facebook. They're very much a part of the creation of this. So, hopefully that's just a fun thing I'm pursuing as well. So, so we need music. Michael, I'll have to tap into you for that. That would be neat to have a song for that. We have Forrest in that. So nice to hear his voice again. But then we're going to probably be looking to do an episode 3, so we'll have to figure that out. Maybe we can figure out your missing episode, Mike, and do that.
Sure.
That would be really awesome to see.
How about you, Mike? What have you got coming up?
I've been really, really busy.
Everyone
and that's why you haven't seen me on that Zooberoo group, look out there on the Zooblee group. Still doing a lot of television commercials. Some a film part here and there, and television appearance here and there. But I just started a new project called Ska and Bones with a bunch of old friends who we had our first bands together in high school.
Oh,
and we played a style of music called ska. Well, we have a whole album coming out of political satire in ska.
In ska, really?
It's coming out really, really nice. And we're going to be shooting some videos, and those will be released online. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And I'm still performing with Beach Toys, the lead singer of a Beach Boys tribute band.
Oh, nice. I'd definitely be interested in that, seeing how that ska thing would open up for you, though. That would be awesome, if we can get like Dave Wakeling to come over and help you guys out with that.
Well, it's funny. We used to play with Dave Wakeling. My brothers and I were the horn section general public for a short time, and so we really worked closely with Dave, and we're friends with Dave, and he might be playing some of our stuff. We're going to talk to him about that.
Wow, because I've always wanted to meet Dave Wakeling. I mean, I've loved the English beat. For so many years I've been a fan, and through their music is how I got into ska myself. And
how great. Well, yeah, we know Dave well and have done a lot of shows with Dave and recording.
Yeah.
We recorded a version of, remember the Staples singer, I'll Take You There?
Yes.
I'll
Take You There.
Yeah, we did a version of that for the movie Threesome. And
nice.
It did really well. I think it made it to number 16 on the Billboard pop charts.
Oh, nice. So you made the charts even.
That's me and two of my brothers on horns in that recording.
Awesome. Now we're definitely going to have to start checking some stuff out, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll make sure you get the first big Ska and Bones recording.
I would so love that.
Tonight, so I think you like it.
I would love that. As a matter of fact, if you got any performances if you grant us permission, we'd love to put them on Talent Search. If you got any live performances you wish to contribute, and
it might. Who knows? It might turn out that I actually have some talent.
I'd say, yeah, you probably would. If you enjoy doing it a lot, you probably have the talent already hidden inside you, and there's just no contest about it.
If I ever heard one.
Well, we do have the animated episode 1 Zoobilee Zoo for everybody to see tonight, don't we? And it's the Zoob Olympics, I believe it is.
All right.
And this features everybody playing their respective roles. We have Ben Vereen playing Mayor Ben. We have the late Forrest Gardner, God rest his soul, to play his Van Gogh character. We got Gary Schwartz to play Bravo, and Stevie the Adorable playing the adorable Wazat Kangaroo. And this look out, who are you again? Oh wait, Mike, yeah, you're I'm kidding. Mike Moynihan playing his character Lookout Bear. Of course I'm going to remember you. You're one of my favorite Zoobles. Of course I'm going to remember you. But we have all of that and more for you in store for the very first episode of the Zoobilee Zoo animated series. And aren't you just going to love it? Wolf Dog, do you have that video?
Yep, I've already got it ready.
Alrighty then. Without further ado, the Pawpets like to present the animated Zoodles like you'd never seen them before.
Thank you, Earl.
Anytime.
Olympics.
Do you think I make a good MC?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Zoobilee Zoo.
Well, hello, Zoobaroos. Oh, I'm sorry. I just can't stop watching the Zoolympics. What are the Zoolympics? Well, the Zoolympics are the best day of sports. And this year, we'll see if the Zoolympic gold medal will go to our very own Team Zooble. What's a team, you ask? A team is when everyone works together. So, Talkatoo, Bravo, Wazat, Bill, Van Gogh, and Lookout will work together as a team by doing the best in a team sport. Oh dear, I can't see a thing. Zoobaroos, a lot of times when I hear thunderclap and the power goes out, I get my electricity to come back on if I clap back. Can you all clap with me? Let's all clap together as a team. Go Team Zoobaroos! That's it, Zoobaroos! Go Team Zoobaroo! Thank you, Zoobaroos. We make a great team. Now sit back, relax, and watch the Zoolympics. But of course. Get your popcorn bowls ready. Team Zoobaroo sure is puffin'.
The greatest day in Zoobilee Zoo history has finally arrived! We're in the Olympics! Go Team Zoobles!
Hooray! I can't wait for Judge Nate to get here so he can see what we've been practicing. The Olympics are here! Zip zippity zoo! Gymnastics are the sport for this dancing room.
The Olympics are here! Zip, zip, hooray! This fox's muscle tone is here to stay! I'll be back. Better.
The Olympics are here! Zip zippity's here! I twirl so fast, I disappear! Oh! Oh! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
The Olympics are here! Zip, zip, hooray! My arrows always hit the bullseye! Ha ha!
The Zoolympics are here! Hooray, zip, zip! What a stupendous day to go for a dip! Wow! Pretty bird!
The Olympics are here! Zip zippity zee! A bear and his bike can defy gravity! Ha 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 ha! Whoa! 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 Bah! Bah! Whoa! Ha 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 ha! Whee!
Phew!
The Olympics are here! Zip, zip, hooray! The Olympics are here! Zip, zip, hooray! The Olympics are...
Not happening.
What?
How can we be more Team Zooble? We can't wear these t-shirts because we're not a team. We don't have a team sport.
Nonsense! Certainly we do! I will do weightlifting for Team Zooble.
I'll do archery.
I'll do gymnastics.
I'll sled.
And I'll drive! I mean dive!
But none of those are sports we can do as a team.
He's got a point.
And Judge Nate will be here any minute.
Look out! That's me! When the world of adventure is where I gotta be. Zoobelo!
Zoobles!
It's Judge Nate.
On my way to Zoobilee Zoo, it started raining cats and dogs. Real cats and dogs, they're everywhere. They're in my hair. Hey, you get out. That tickled. Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can make it out there to Judge Team Zooble. My car is stuck in the mud because of all of this rain. Hey, you with the stripes, don't touch that.
Poor Judge Nate.
We have to help him. Let's go.
jungle is quickly approaching a jungle. Team Zooble's skills are sure to be put to the test here. It's definitely not a place for monkey business.
Come on, everybody, help me out! One, two, three. Pull! 1, 2, 3. Pull! 1, 2, 3.
And the Zug of War gold medal for the best Zoo Olympic team sport goes to Team Zooble, with honorable mention to the cats and dogs.
Hey, there's no more popcorn!
So you see, Zoobaroos, when you work together as a team, you can really solve problems small and big. You know, we should really be a part of the Zoo Olympics next year. But what sport? Ah, yes, Zoobaroos, I would love my bowl back if you're finished with it. Whoa! Good throw! Hey, that's it! Next year, our sport will be bowling! Until next time, Team Zoobaroos!
Zoobilee Zoo. Magic and wonder are waiting for you. So come on with us now and discover the wonder of you. Welcome to Zoobilee Zoo.
And we are back.
All right, welcome. Oh, my mic is still on. I thought I muted it. Force of habit. Sometimes I know I mute it. Sometimes I don't know I mute it. This is how live streaming kind of works. It's kind of like, you're not supposed to speak during a video when it's playing, but it's like you have to mute the microphone, and then when you don't mute the microphone, you start talking, and oh wait, I forgot to mute the microphone again. So it's always hit or miss. It's like sometimes I think I'm muted, I'm not. It's just the way streaming goes. So welcome back from watching the animated Zoobilee Zoo presentation. There's going to be more of these. I'm so super excited about it. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. And don't worry. We'll hash out the feedback issues with the final download of the video, because I'll replace that with the actual physical version of the video and just stick that in place of the feedback version. So you'll get the full episode as it was meant to be. But anyhow, we are here with the remaining Zoobilee Zoo cast members. Excellent. I would like to extend my humongous thanks again for having you all on the show. It is a tremendous pleasure to have you here. Is anybody?
I was grateful, Brett, that you put this together and you got a hold of us all. And any opportunity I get to see my friends, the Zoobles, it's just wonderful. And then to share our joy of Zoobilee Zoo with the people who really appreciate it.
It really brings you one closer with the fans. That's definitely a good thing. You can definitely see your demographic. You can see how your creations and your performances really had an impact on our lives, and getting it firsthand from firsthand knowledge from viewers like the people watching us now, and all of us here at over at the Old Pawpets Show, and it's just a collective effort of happiness. Just the happiness of performing and the happiness of being able to watch it, and I think it all goes hand in hand. So. We all do thank you tremendously for the many enduring times of going into that hot studio and those hot costumes and those prosthetics. Oh my God, you were just sweating up a storm in there. I know it, but all of that hard work was certainly worth a lot of good memories for everyone to enjoy. And I just wanted to extend my humongous thanks to each and every one of you for being a part of that.
It's my pleasure too, and Mike said it all. It's a thrill to just see everybody and reminisce and get back together. Check your Facebook. I just heard from Susan Doyle. She said she has all the costumes other than yours.
So is Susan watching, Gary? Is Susan watching right now?
Yeah, she was. She said she had to cut it off, but. She was watching most of the thing, and she posted onto my Facebook that I sent you her post.
Oh, good. I love Susan, and I'd love to see her. And she worked so hard to keep Zoobilee Zoo going and to spread the joy to kids.
Spread the news. Oh, Louise is coming back! Yay!
Susan Doyle. Susan deserves a lot of credit. Susan Doyle.
I say so, yes.
She has a couple of holiday scripts. I guess she posted after we talked about doing a Zooblee Zoo holiday show, whatever. Believe it or not, she has some stuff already, and she has the costumes.
Wow. Awesome. Hey, so maybe a Christmas reunion with Zoobilee Zoo would be in the making as we speak. That would be a tremendous thing. I would love to see something like that. So, Susan, if you're watching this later, make it happen. You go, girl.
Yeah.
And welcome back, Stevie. We are here with the Zooblee Zoo audience, and I wanted to repeat my thanks and appreciation to all of you Zoobles out there now that Stevie is among us for everything that you have done, all the hardships of getting in those hot, warm costumes in those hot studios, and just. It really did pay off, though, because you've brought us more than just a show. You've brought us memories. You've brought us culture. You've brought us so many things we can look back on and say, that all came from them. And, we just cannot thank you guys enough for performances and for I cannot thank you guys enough. I extend to you my utmost thanks, and I'm pretty sure all of our viewers are saying the same thing right about now too, for being a serious part of our childhoods. We just can't thank you enough. I mean, you guys are really awesome, and we applaud you fully for the efforts that you've put up.
Well, thank you, Brett. And like I said earlier, to me it was a huge gift to me, Zoobilee Zoo, and I feel like I was the one who really should be thanking everybody who was a part of Zoobilee Zoo, because it's just such a beautiful thing, and I actually got to be a part of it. So
yeah,
it is a wonderful thing. And the other things too. Now I was going to mention something. Oh yes, to Mike. We were talking about Sandy a couple of times and getting the Zoobles together and just getting together with Sandy, whom you haven't seen in a while. One of the things that Sandy did tell me is that if he was able to come through and do the show with us, that he said that one of the things that he would be looking forward to is being able to be able to come over and visit with you for a while, because he was thinking of joining you in the same Skype channel.
Oh,
and, yeah. It was.
We spent a lot of time together, and Sandy had moved up to Northern California. He's back in Los Angeles now, and we haven't gotten together, and we're going to for sure. But he and I have become close over the years, and I remember when we were in the studio doing the voicing the animation, and Sandy stayed with me. And
nice.
He makes me laugh so hard, and he woke up in the morning. I posted this on Facebook, but you gotta find it. He woke up in the morning, and do you remember the episode, Gary, where he had to stay with you in your theater? And roommate, I don't know, and he gets up in the morning to do calisthenics. He's at my house, and he gets up in the morning in his PJs, And he goes, "Good morning, lookout." And I go, "Good morning." And he goes, "Time for calisthenics." And he starts going through his exercises as well. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. And then he goes, "I'm off to the shower, lookout," or something like that. It was the funniest, and it's on my Facebook or something. It's somewhere. I should repost it.
Well, one thing you got to know, Deaver needs to stay in shape.
Yes, you're right, Earl.
I should know.
Can you put that on the group, Michael?
I think so. Let me ask Sandy. You know how Sandy is really protective of Zoobilee Zoo, and
yeah.
So I would, I'll see if he will allow me. It's so funny.
Because that would be the fans would love to see that. The Zoobaroos would love it.
I'm sure they would. Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Builder Beaver.
All right, Bill. I miss you.
Same here, Sandy.
Is Sandy
We all
there?
miss you.
No.
Wish you could be here, but you're not. So I'm standing in for you. I hope I do just a good enough job. Well, I think you're the only beaver that could stand in because you're the only other beaver. The only other beaver. I like those odds. Well, it was. I mean, it is a tremendous thrill. Do we have any other questions? Because it is 9:27. We still have a half hour to go. One of the things that I'm actually working on here, I was working on during the animated thing, was to include, start opening up my links page and start including some of these links that have been popping up for the Zoobles to actually have some space in our links page so that you can link, so that you can go to like where Gary's book is. You can check that out. The King of Average special offer. There's a free audio CD that goes with it. I can
send you the links so that people could find our Facebook pages. I could send you Lookout.
Do that, sure.
Would I send that? Would I send it on Skype?
Yeah, you can send it here. I can grab it and
put it right in the little in the little window. Right, if you click the little bubble,
chat thing.
The chat thing, you can post it right there for Brett to have. That's what I just did.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I'll include all of that in our link section. So anybody who wants to connect with the Zoobles, just stay by the website www.opuppetshow.org. Bookmark it when you get there. You're going to want to stick around for, if you like what you see tonight, you're definitely going to like what you see on our regular nights when we do our usual zany type of comedies and our usual productions and stuff like that. So I mean, we're always busy around here, just about as busy as Earl over here. Well, I keep you dizzy because don't all beavers stay dizzy? Well, not always. I mean, sometimes you're sitting around, lazing around, watching TV and eating chocolate. No, I actually eat walnuts. Those aren't chocolates. Walnuts, huh? Yeah. Well, sure is better than eating pine cones. Pine cones? When did you eat pine cones? Out in Wyoming. I was so tired of eating pine cones that I started developing a craving for it, and that's not good. No, I didn't think that would be good. Developing a craving for pine cones. I've never had that problem, Earl. You don't want eye problems. Well, okay, so, at least you're eating something wholesome now. You're eating walnuts, which are better for you than pine cones, I think. Oh, yeah, much better. So, so just do a little less TV watching and get active more, and we're going to, really need you upstairs a lot for our Christmas special this year. Oh, I'm more than willing to do that. What's my role? There's 95 of you. You want me to be your casting director too? Well, sure. You're the one who says you're this role, you're that role. What am I going to play? You're going to play a beaver named Earl. Okay, I'll take the job. You'll take the job? I'll take the job. All right, Earl. I'm living the character already.
I do have the pictures ready that you sent me, I got the pictures ready.
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
Those are of just some pictures I pulled from our wonderful reunion back in, 2012, when we all met to do the recording of that animated Zoobilee Zoo, which we were putting together for the 30th anniversary, and, just with the idea of maybe Hallmark would let us animate the show so we could all do it again.
Well, I wish you all lots of luck with that.
And there's Forrest. Forrest is in the pictures, which is so wonderful.
Oh,
last we saw him.
Yeah. I'm really sorry about the loss, and it's always, very heart-wrenching to hear about tragedies like that, and, he definitely left us at a very young age.
still in shock about it. Still doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it.
All right.
I don't know if you're able to see. I don't know if you're watching the stream right now, but I have the pictures pulled up. The viewers are seeing the first one right now.
Okay.
I haven't got that. Okay, somebody else can explain it because I haven't got it up. So why don't you do it, Michael?
I can't see it either.
I'm putting our Facebook pages up right now.
Well, let's see. I see Gary, and I see Sandy, and I see.
You can read the bit that I sent you. I sent you something to accompany it, Alan, that explains the pictures.
Oh, Alan has all that. Yeah, Alan's got that. So yeah, you might have to read all that off.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, basically, we recorded at Salami Studios in 2012, and everybody came in for it, including Ben Vereen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was written by Zoobles and Zoobaroos, and all of us just put in our heart and soul to make it happen. And it was animated by an artist, Ruthie Child, out in New Zealand Zoobaroo. And it was written by another Zoobaroo who went on to be a Sesame Street puppeteer. You'd appreciate that. Leslie Madeline Fleming. She wrote it with me. Very good at dialogue and really knew the heart and soul of the characters. So she just she wrote both of the scripts with me. That was the first thing we did, I guess, was write the script. And Forrest joined us, and it was a whole day of just crying and laughing and seeing each other for the first time in 30 years, 27 years, I guess. And then we all went back to Mike's house and just sat around still, kind of almost in shock. It felt like no time had passed at all.
Yeah.
And Karen wasn't with us. We missed her. But those pictures that you have, there's one of us at Mike's house where I have my dog Tula with me, and we're all waving to Karen in the picture. It was taken for Karen.
Oh.
So those are the pictures at Salami Sound in Burbank Studios where we recorded. It was just a magical day, as everything we do in Zoobilee Zoo is. It just came together like things do. I think I've got all of
a lot of sun together. Oh, look at that.
And Ben was such a good sport to volunteer his time. All right, are you getting the Facebook links, Brett, that I'm sending you?
Yes, I got them. I got them. They came through. Oh, look at that doggy.
I've lost everybody now.
Stevie's got a doggy. Looking at one of the pictures, and it looks like you're holding a what breed of dog is that?
Is he even still there?
Was.
Her picture's kind of frozen.
Uh-oh.
I believe her dog is a Basenji.
Oh.
I think. She'll probably correct me, but I think that's a Basenji.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah, we were just looking at the pictures. One of them had you holding a dog. Was that a Basenji?
Yes, that's my Tula girl. She's still with me, and she's a Basenji, yes, and she's fantastic. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had a Basenji as well, but unfortunately, we had to put her down recently.
Oh my God, you had a Basenji?
Yeah,
That's
we lost
incredible.
one. Well, I mean, she was about 14 years old, but she was, she started getting, her lower body temperature, and something happened with, like, her heart or something. I can't remember what it was, but, yeah, we recently lost one of them, and so we had to put her down. Yeah,
Well,
no, we still have we still have the other one to keep us on our toes. That's Tessie, the Wonder Shih Tzu. But,
That's the Shih Tzu that was barking. Okay. Well, but
yeah,
Tula's
no, we
my
still have
favorite.
her. She's yeah.
Well, you know what? I have to go. It's later my time. I'm on, Eastern here, and I have to go up and check on my dad and take my dogs out for a walk, and I have to sing. I kind of started doing 2 hours of singing to get up for my jazz concert coming up.
All right. Well, before you leave, though, I was wondering if we could do one quick favor for all the Zoobles that are here with us tonight. We have a birthday out there, and if everybody could wish both Dago and Whitefire a humongous happy birthday from the Zoobles, that would be super awesome.
Happy birthday,
Dago and Whitefire.
There we go. So there you go. There's a birthday shout out from the Zoobles. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. And
here.
That's right. And we also have the birthday video shout out as well. So we'll give our own shout out to the birthday people as Wolf Dog has the video for that. We will be, before we do that though, I would like to at least, because are you guys, are Gary and Mike, are you guys going to stick around or?
You know, I'm going to jump off myself. I've really, really enjoyed getting together and seeing everybody. And
I really did too. I enjoyed having you all here. It's been a real treat for not only just us, but the viewers loved it, and everybody had such a great time. And you know, I got to thank you guys again. You guys are magical together.
Well, I think
you guys
Brett,
got so much magic.
Thank you, Brett. I think I'll stick around and tell you all the dirt about Louise and Gary.
You might actually want to stick around for this too.
I think if Louise and Gary are going to turn in, I think I will too. I just think, you know, we are an ensemble, and I think that it'd be a good time to say goodnight.
All righty. Well, it looks like we got to turn the Zoobles loose, folks, and I would like to thank all the viewers for tuning us into this humongous Zooble event, but don't be discouraged because the Zoobles are going away. Oh, Pawpets are still sticking around. If you liked what you saw tonight, feel free to come back on us every Sunday, 6 to 10 p.m. is when we're on the air, and you get to hang out with crazy cast members like Earl here and Wing over there and Potential Fox. And see you later.
Bye.
And
guys.
Oh, Earl.
Bye,
Earl.
I am now a Pawpets fan. And
Awesome.
Earl, I'm glad to meet you. So glad to meet you.
Oh, very glad to meet you
Bye,
guys.
Bowsy. I love you, Bowsy.
Oh, yeah. We'll see more of Bowsy later on, too, yeah. But before, you know, I mean...
do this again.
We have to. We got to.
Oh,
and
yeah,
next time we'll try to get everybody involved, and we'll try to get Ben and Sandy and all of you guys and everybody come in.
Come on next time. And thank you so much. It was really wonderful that you stalked us. And, you know, honestly, it was the best stalk.
Yeah, like I told my viewers, this was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was well worth it. It was well worth it.
It was really great. And great to see you, Mike and Gary.
Great.
We'll definitely stay in touch. Oh, and by the way, Earl, we're turning the Zoobles loose, so you can get rid of those bear traps. I don't think we're going to need them. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, all you. And,
Bye.
And thank you.
We'll
Alan.
talk again soon. So take care of yourselves, and when I'm in Burbank, I'll have to look you up.
Please do. We'll go to Tommy's.
Yes.
Great. All right. See you guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Wow. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at one very astounded host. They enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed your company. They enjoyed answering your questions. They enjoyed hanging out with all of you guys. So my gift to all of you viewers out there for being just the awesome viewers that you are, especially those that have stuck with us over the years, I believe that you deserve something extraordinarily special that we could put together for you. And that was the big doozy, the big appearance of the Zoobles. It was the big big Zooble doozy. I guess you would coin a phrase.
That's a good way to put it, actually.
A big Zooble doozy for all of you viewers out there who stuck with us, who believed in the power of entertainment through the art of puppetry and ventriloquism, who supported us, who helped us along when we needed it the most, and for most of all, making us who we are today. This goes out to each and every single one of you that is viewing the show right now, and we cannot thank you all enough. We love each and every single one of you, and it shows. I brought you the Zoobles, and you don't even have to pay a dime for that. But what I'd like to do is, if you are interested in helping to support the show, we do have many ways of which you can sort of help us out with the show budgets and the yearly expenses that happens. We are currently in the middle
of trying to get this computer back up and running again, and to do that is going to be very costly. So hence why we are arranging a fundraiser at the end of the year in hopes to raise donations to help us get to that point where we can actually repair on some things that really need repairing. As well, we have a Patreon page. If you wish to do a little bit per month, that's great too. Every little bit helps. And by becoming a Patreon, you get access to a lot of exclusive Patreon-only things like contests and prizes and what else? Oh, news. You get the first tidbit of news that hits the Old Poppet Show. Not only that, but you also get first dibs on any of our new releases at a special Patreon-only discount. Now, how can you go wrong with that? Just $1 a month will get you started, and $3 a month will get you credited at our very own show at the closing credits. So think about that now. And if Patreon isn't up your alley, then a simple donation will do too. And if you just want to do it all in one lump sum, then we'd certainly appreciate that too. That's all found in the website, www.opopetshow.org. So if you got some time, check it out. And if you can help us out in any way, we'd sure do appreciate it. And without let us get our birthday shout-out video going to the two lucky birthday dudes. Going out to Dago and Whitefire, who already got their birthday shout-out from the Zoobles. Can you believe it? Wow. That's an amazing birthday present to both of you. So here's your video from us, which is not going to be as good as the Zoobles one, but still, it's good.
It's someone's special day. Now don't all you go away, 'cause Pawpets come to say that it's someone's happy birthday.
We hope you stick around to the sound we're laying down. And wouldn't it be profound not to hear the happy sound?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Potential, who on earth are we to deliver our birthday tribute to?
Sometimes, Bling, the best mysteries are ones that are later uncovered.
You don't know, do you?
Oh, we all know. But the question is, do you? Or you? Or you?
Indeed, this is a special day. One we'd like to say that it's somebody's birthday. One you won't dismay. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. 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 Indeed, it's a special day. One we'd like to say that it's someone's birthday. One you won't dismay. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Birthday shout out goes to Deagle Wolf and Whitefire.
And we're back, and Sonic's eating his pizza. Your mic's off.
I got a little hungry.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of funny. It's like, and we're back, and as everybody is watching Sonic eating pizza.
You know, I was going to do a routine with this pizza, and I forgot because I had potential up here, and Boing was lying right here. That was an opportunity waiting to happen.
But yet you missed out, though, huh?
No, I didn't. Because Boing is still here, and he still loves his pizza, and it is time to play everybody's favorite game, Tease the Ferret. Oh, no, please. What? You're not going to tease me with that. You know I love pizza. You have ferret food. Yeah, it tastes like garbage. No, it tastes like cardboard. That's different. No, garbage, cardboard. You can throw away cardboard in the garbage. True, you can throw away garbage in the cardboard and vice versa, but I'm enjoying some nice pizza. Hey, Boing. Yeah. Almost had it. Almost had it, but you didn't. Boing. Want one? Oh, you missed that flight.
He's gonna bite you. He's gonna
You
bite
got to be faster than that, Boing. This is Lois and Charlie Brown trying to kick the damn football on the field. You'll get there someday, Boing. You can follow the pizza to where are you going? You're floating. Boing, you're floating. I'm floating. Not anymore, you're not.
I think
How did I do that?
I think he realizes, like, oh crap, I'm floating in the air. What the heck is wrong with this picture?
I don't know. I think it happened when I took the pizza away. Pizza is magical? It could be magical. Look, you're doing it again. I'm doing it again. No pizza. That hit my head that time. Ready to try a third time? No, I don't think I want to try a third time. You get to smell the pizza.
Instead of it smelling the roses, it's called smelling the pizza.
Help, I'm floating. I feel lighter than feathers. I'm a floaty fluid. Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if I say no pizza.
Wing, you do remember this, right? Oh, sorry. Shh. 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 What are you doing? I'm trying to get closer to the pizza. Are you? Look at what I'm trying to do here. Shh. Shh. Doesn't look like you're doing much of anything. Can I have the pizza, please? Well, I guess since you asked nicely, no! What's the matter, Bling? Why are you looking at me like that for? You know why. I want pizza. What would you give me? For the privilege of eating pizza, what would you give me? All the tea in China? I don't want all the tea in China. I get you my autograph.
Really?
How are you going? What are you going to sign? A box of ferret food? No, you're not going to sign a box of ferret food for me. Besides, don't I already work hand in hand with you? What good is your autograph going to do me? I'll give it to somebody out there. Well, I'm sure they would appreciate it, but they're not going to buy you any pizza. Oh, darn it! You saw right through that, didn't you? I see through a lot of things.
Unless Mike's still watching the show and,
I'm not going to eat any of them. Well, I'll tell you what, boy. If you promise to eat all of your ferret food, I'll let you finish off this last piece. Done! And my fingers crossed. What? You wouldn't have eaten your ferret food anyway. You would have just swept it under the rug and I would have found it later. You do that every time. I wasn't going to do it this time, was I? I think you were. Well, I do try. Anyway, Bling, what did you think about the Zoobles being here? Zoobilee Zoo, your favorite show. Well, one of my favorite shows, and I think it was awesome. But it would have been better if you gave me some pizza. Oh, so now your concentration is going to be thwarted to not having pizza. Well, I am sorry, Bling, but, little did you know, there's a whole pizza in the freezer. Bling, wait a minute, that's not your pizza. Damn, always one step ahead of me in the end. He's going there, too. Oh, wait a minute.
he doesn't know where I hid the key.
The key to the freezer, which locks the freezer tighter than anything's business, and no ferret can possibly get into it. Yeah. Unfortunately for him,
the freezer is going to stay locked.
And if he does open the freezer, I'm not going to pose any threat to a certain mischievous ferret, but all I'm going to say is that he's going to find himself really colliding with a lot of unshaven ice that have collected on these freezer shelves, and that's going to hit him like a ton of bricks on the top of his head. And I just feel sorry for the time it happens, which should be happening
right, maybe
3, 2, 1. There it is.
The pizza.
Did you really, Boing?
Yeah. I also found ice all over the place. On my head, and on my back, and on my neck, and on the floor, and everywhere.
Didn't feel too good, did it?
No.
Now you know to eat your ferret food.
Why?
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 I'll tell you why. Because ferret food never needs freezing.
Good point.
Good, maybe he'll understand this time.
Still tastes like garbage.
Oh, would you get out of here?
I'm going.
I've been trying to get him to eat his ferret food for the last 3 years. Maybe I should buy him a new box. That might be something. But anyhow, Wolf Dog, I believe, don't we have somewhere our Philly Junk pictures?
Ah! Actually, man, that was deep.
Dude, where did that come from? I swear I did not know that was there. Look, you can even see I have not drank the littlest bit of soda. It didn't come from that.
Actually,
it came from Wonder Pizza. That's where it came from.
There's one problem though. We only have like 7 minutes, and we will need to end the show because we do have Romeo.
Oh, we will save the Philly Junk pictures for next. I thought we had more time than that.
No, unfortunately, we do not.
How sudden 30 minutes slips away from us. Well, I will tell you what we will do. Next week, we will air the Old Puppet Show. We will include next week's Philly Junk pictures with this week's Philly Junk pictures, and we'll have twice as many pictures to go through in our next episode of Old Puppet Show. But before everybody leaves, I want to thank everybody for tuning us in tonight, especially making this event what it is. You've really impressed the Zoobles, and I am so happy for everybody to be a part. That goes for the Zoobles, that goes for the viewers, and of course all of us here at Old Puppets to help make it happen and to help make your world a wonderful place that it should be. And we'll be continuing to do that from the best of our abilities right here in the Old Puppet Studios, right here when we do our filming and our presentations and even our live stuff in front of a webcam when we don't even feel like going upstairs to do filming. Even then, we still love doing the performances. I'm glad I can talk today. Doing the performances that we love doing and doing them for a viewership like yourselves. You are such an awesome audience. Give yourselves a humongous round of applause because we love each and every single one of you out there for helping make the show what it is tonight. And we just can't thank you guys enough. So from all of us here at the Old Puppet Show, is there something?
No, it's just, well, unfortunately, we do not have time.
I thought something came in or something.
No, it was just, people were talking about if we had any quotes, and I don't think I got any emails of.
Oh.
But if we do get any quotes, then we're just gonna have to
let us check.
Oh
yes,
yeah, we do actually have quotes, but we.
Oh goody! Well, Void Cat came through with our quotes. You know, I'm always forgetting about the quotes because I'm not used to doing the quotes. But now that Void Cat is watching us again, I have to get used to doing the quote. I have to drill it in my head because I'm used to just. Oh my God! It's 5 minutes till. We got to get out of here. No.
Tell you what, guys, we will do the Void Cat quotes. We'll do double quotes also next week as well.
Well, no, we can do the quotes quickly.
I don't.
We can do we got 5 minutes.
I have to download them and then put them That would.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't. That would him. Plus, we are out of time, like literally right now. Actually.
Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. Well, so Voidcat, I hope you don't mind. We'll open the show next week with the Voidcat quotes from this week, and then we'll have you do the quotes for next week's show. And please don't forget, Voidcat does the quotes for us now. Please don't forget. I will try to drill it into my head a little better. But anyway, as I was saying, all of you viewers out there are totally awesome to be with us and to help support us over the years and to help us in our endeavors in bringing you this style of entertainment through the act of an artistry of puppetry and ventriloquism, and to help keep that art alive in everybody's hearts and minds today is just more than what we can ask for. And we do thank you for making the show what it is today, and for your viewership, your support, your patronage, and belief in what we do here tonight. And we'd like to extend that thanks out to everybody once again. We love each and every single one of you out there for helping us become what we are. You are such awesome people. So go out there and make the world just as awesome as you make our world tonight. And this is the Old Pawpet Show, wishing you all very good luck, safe weekend. I know it's getting cold out there. Bundle up nice and warm if you got it. And we'll see you next week on the Old Pawpet Show. The Zoobles may not be here, but we certainly will. And 95 of our characters will also be here to hold the reins for us. And do stick around after our closing credits for Fabulous's Last Kiss. And I will be doing...
Stay tuned for the rabbit hole right after this, too.
And the rabbit hole will be coming up after this. Sorry, Romeo, I forgot to plug your show. The rabbit hole is coming up after this, too. I'm forgetting a lot of things. I'm just in the mood. I'm just in the zone, man. I'm getting the zone, right? I'm still in Zoobilee Zoo land. So, yes, the rabbit hole will be coming up. And so you stick around. You'll enjoy that. And we'll come at you next Sunday from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you all there.
Now it's time to say we've gotta run until next time we play.
Thanks to all for tuning in. Keep safe until we meet again. We love you all, we really do, 'cause you make this show belong to you. With comedy and zaniness, we fill your world with insaneliness. There comes a time all things must end, but we'll see you next time, my friend. Why is it so hard to leave when there's just so much fun?
So long.
'Cause if we don't leave right now, we'll never get this done.
Goodbye.
If we could, we'd never leave, and our viewers, they may never leave.
So long.
But you forget that even us Pawpets need our beauty sleep. Thanks to all for tuning in. Keep safe until we meet again. We love you all, we really do, 'cause you make this show belong to you. With comedy and zaniness, we fill your world with insaneliness. There comes a time all things must end, but we'll see you next time, my friend.
We hate to leave, you know we hate to go, but we'll bequeath our love for you after the show.
Our show is done and so's our song. We hope that your whole weekend isn't gone. Please come back soon and you will see the Old Pawpets cast that will give you glee.
Glee? Like in that lame show on TV?
Oh no, perish the thought.
This is the old Pawpets cast and crew wishing you good night, good luck, take care, take it easy, don't take any wooden nickels, we'll miss you, see you next time. Why? Because we love you, eat all your vegetables, don't let anyone rip you off. If you're not cooking good, you're not eating good.
Potentials.
I think I got a little carried away there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you adieu.
See you next time, and don't forget that we love you. Mwah.
Boxers versus Fairway. Ninu, 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 Ninu.
You're watching PBN.
The Puppet Broadcasting Network.